with the fish. So Zen couldn't join us today. She is a fish. Welcome,
blub.
fish. Blub blub. Does anyone speak fish? I don't speak fish. This might be be difficult. All right. I don't know how that. We might have to roll the dice for the fish. So
I think the only one who could speak to fish is the fish right now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, we don't have like a druid equivalent or beastmaster or.
All right. Let's see.
Threw off your rhythm entirely with the fish. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Wow, Ben, way to just derail the whole first episode with your fish.
I thought I'd muted alerts. Thank you for the sub, by the way, the bits.
Oh, yes.
It's a great way to start. I thought I muted it for the stream, but I can still hear it in my earbuds. So it was distracting, and then the fish, and it's fine. I'll deal with it on my end.
It was life comes at you fast.
Right? Yeah, we usually don't do alerts, but for this it's a little different. So we'll have the alerts up, but they should still be muted. Hopefully they're...
What's appropriate, because you know what fish spit normally does? Silence.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my gosh.
So let's take this opportunity to actually start now. Hello, welcome everybody. So this is Aetheryte Radio First Edition. It is our D&D campaign based on the first. This is session number 1. Last week we did session 0 where we rolled our characters. Full disclosure too, if you watched that, you'll remember that I rolled like 5 out of my 6 rolls were 11s. Mm-hmm. We talked behind the scenes, that's actually below average, so we re-rolled and I rolled a bunch of 15s and 14s. And then I think a 10 or something. Like, wow. I actually screenshotted it. I'm like, just in case they don't believe us.
I'm
a little bit sad because I did love the idea of being the most absolutely mundane here that has ever existed.
It was hilarious.
Where's my third bunch of rolls? Come on.
Yeah, and then it was like, well, we can either pick an array or we can do the rolls.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, everybody else did rolls, so we'll try and keep it fair. That I rolled a bunch of 14s and 15s. So
it's fine.
If I'm OP, sorry, not sorry. All right, so we're just gonna get into it. Aldianaux, you're the DM.
Take it away.
Take it away, sir.
Take us on a word journey.
It's a journey.
Wow. That's a lot of pressure, a whole journey. But, so before we started this, I gave each one of you a prompt. Now, I didn't read the second part in session 0, so we'll start with the second part of that prompt. So, all 3 of you are adventurers, just to catch everyone up. Actually, I'll start from the very beginning. You are a citizen of Norvent, or what's left of it. Perhaps you're passing through the Xenedra on your way to adventure, or just happen to be at exactly the right place at the wrong time. What you saw defies explanation, but inspires a new yearning that you can't deny. You need to set out into the world to help those who can't help themselves. Whether that's simply due to this new feeling or an extension of your previous ambitions is up to you. Maybe it's purely academic curiosity or the promise of wealth and fame. Whatever drives you, the goal is the same, to become like the storied Warriors of Light. So I read that session 0. So, to this end, each of you have agreed to attend a meeting in a private room at the Catenaries tonight. You can see that all on the map there. The only details you have been picked up through hushed conversations or your more worldly contacts. This adventurer known as One-Eye is looking for those who saw the starfall, and he is paying well. One rumor is that he's looking for test subjects. Another is that he's a weathered adventurer looking for a new crew. Regardless, it's obvious that he has some sort of information about the event and money to spare. This could be the perfect way to ensure that you're well heeled for your new calling. So we're going to start off going to the Catenaries. You can ooh and ah. I mean...
Ooh, so fancy.
So fancy.
Oh my gosh.
So okay.
Screenshots.
I know, right? So fancy.
I feel so immersed in this journey right now.
Well, now we start the first question that I get to ask you. Who absolutely would be early?
Oh, not me. Certainly not me.
Can I roll
for
it?
I would like to think that I would be right on time, if not a minute or 2 early.
Okay. Do you know?
I'll be on time.
Okay, on time.
Just regular
Well, look at you
on
two.
time.
I'm nowhere in sight. Yeah, I
at all.
forgot the meeting was happening. I remembered last second, and am now hurrying on my small, short legs to try and get there.
All right. Well, Aiden, you are first to arrive at the Catenaries, and you know that it's on the second floor. So I don't know if you have any relationship with Silgum, the guy who runs this place, or not. You can just walk right by him. It's up to you.
Okay.
Walk right by
I
him.
mean,
then.
you know, I've grown up in the Crystarium, right? I like to think I at least know of most people, and so I just kind of give like a quick little like, hey, what's up? How's it going?
He is completely and totally way too tired to look at you. He's falling asleep standing up.
Be like, he is dead. It's a murder.
Yeah. It's over. What a twist.
Murder mystery? No.
No, it's just, you know, he's just there 24/7, it seems like.
I get it.
Just
I
forever.
understand.
Yeah, you know, he's falling asleep. But as you get up to the room, it's on the second floor. It's kind of conspicuously isolated, which is weird in the Catenaries because there's so many rooms next to each other. This seems like a suite or something, which is weird.
So this guy's balling.
Yeah, must
This
be
guy's
balling.
loaded. He's got so
Oh my
much money.
God.
But yeah, we just walk in, you get a knock. We're invited.
I mean, yeah, I'll you know, I'm polite. I'll knock before I just walk
Okay.
in. Yeah.
Thank you for the sound effect.
Foley work too, and screenshots. Oh,
Wow.
This is
And
a good production.
Yeah, and I didn't even do the Foley work, man. That's just, I have a team of stage ninjas, yeah. But as you knock, you hear a gruff voice from the other side that says, "Come in already."
All right. So I open the door and I walk in.
All right, well, upon entering, you're immediately welcomed with the smell of some sort of spiced tea.
Oh, can we scroll the image up on your end a little bit? I'm not seeing like any of the floor. Oh,
That do
other
it?
way.
That's
Other
down.
way. Other way. Oh, back a little
Now
bit.
it's all floor. Now it's all floor.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's hard to get the aspect
Now it's like
ratio.
middle.
A
Now it's
little
like
bit
middle.
more. Yeah.
There,
So
nailed it, nailed
just
it.
just to give a quick heads up, obviously he's got his like perfect like 1080p resolution screenshots. My window's a little different for the stream, so we might need to adjust things a little bit. So bear with us if that happens.
Oh yeah, this is the first time we're using Foundry.
Yeah.
So. But the room is mostly unadorned, save for the area near the bed. There's a handmade quilted blanket with vivid colors and a stag beetle motif. So it's blue and yellow with a stag beetle. It's kind of like heraldry.
Okay.
There's also a large table that's covered with what seems to be alchemical supplies. You actually, with your knowledge, you might be able to figure out what it is.
I would like to figure out what kind of chemicals those are because, you know, one of the rumors is he's running experiments, and if I
Right.
could come out of here with not getting, like, dunked in acid or something, that
Sure.
would be great.
So we'll have our first roll. So
Oh,
what I'm going to do, because your character's not there, I'm going to pull you and just you to the test scene, and you can double click on your character
okay.
and roll a Arcana skill check. So it should be over there in the middle.
All right.
Okay, I mean, that's not horrible. It's an 8.
It's an 8.
You know, that's fine.
I saw a 5. That's weird.
Oh, it adds to
My
it. If
my
you
Oh,
click
okay.
on-
bonuses. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Yep.
That's how that works.
I'm smart, just so you guys know. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm smart.
Yeah, I'm getting that
SMRT.
sense
And
from
not
you.
even even like street smart, like book smart.
Yeah. Well, it's fine. You know, it's just really weird looking because you swear that there's either he has no safety protocols or nothing here is dangerous. That's the first thing that you notice.
Okay.
There is one of those. There's a mortar and pestle. There's a couple of tubes. There's like one of those crazy things that I don't know the name of that kind of precipitates. I guess it's a precipitator. I don't know, into another awaiting vessel. But you can definitely tell that the smell of tea is coming from it.
Okay.
Okay. He bought like Kevin's first science chemistry kit and he's using it to make tea. All right. I mean,
I'll pull you back to this scene. Well, as you're looking through, he says to you, "Good, you're on time." So as you look at himself, once I open this back again, it's going to be a little weird to start. What you see is a drawn man, and for us, a drawn is an aura. Just saying. Just, that's
You said
just...
drawn, and I was like, so somebody who's like pulled by the arms.
Yeah.
I was thinking like somebody
Wow.
drew like a stick figure.
Wow. We're not going to
Much
get
less
dark
dark.
that quick.
This is gonna go
Come on,
on.
it's 1. I can't scare you away yet. He's sitting in the far corner of the room, noticeably tall, with impeccable posture. You assume he's somewhere between 40 and 50. It's always hard to tell with drawn. But he offers you some tea. He gestures towards the table.
I say, sure. And then I comment, that's kind of a weird way to make tea.
It's the only way I know how.
Who taught
Oh,
him?
okay.
How would you?
He is completely without mirth. He just says
Okay.
it straight.
Sure. Well, we'll try it. Yeah. But before I like take a sip, can I like smell it?
Oh, certainly. It definitely smells like some sort of spiced, maybe chai tea. It is very, very rich and pungent. But
Yeah,
otherwise, it smells like tea.
I'll take a small sip.
It is very strongly spiced, but it's pretty good.
Okay. So yeah,
Pretty
this is pretty
good.
good. Thank you.
He does not respond to that. He's just kind of sitting in silence, maybe waiting for everyone else. And at that moment will be the next person. So, Zumie, I'm going to try and call you by character names. I'm going to try it. Try it. So you come up to the door in the catenaries. Knocking, you just walk right in.
Knocking also.
Okay.
But also probably, hello?
So as you're in there, Aiden, you see One Eye, or what you can assume is One Eye, just kind of shake his head and go, "Come in."
Okay, thanks.
All right. As you enter, you see the same room. Definitely spicy chai smell. You see the drawn gentleman in the corner, and you also see Aiden. Aiden, could you explain yourself just a little bit? Just a little bit of appearance.
I'm well dressed, not like super fancy, not like super low class, but like, higher middle class. I'm educated. I'm not leaning or slouching. I'm just kind of standing there, sipping my. Oh, sorry, pinky. Got to extend the pinky for the tea.
Yes.
Just drinking, and I look over at Zumie as she walks in.
Zumie, would you explain yourself?
I look like this.
Yep.
No,
I'm wearing a headset and.
Yeah.
I am an average-looking moonkeeper Makote. Look a little rough around the edges, but not too bedraggled. Very cheerful. Kind of doing a little hop on my heels while I look around at the people, waiting to see what the heck's gonna go on.
All
Is
right.
that good enough? I don't know.
Yeah, that's perfectly good. All right, well, to that, One Eye, kind of looks at the both of you and says, there's got to be more. He still is completely silent. I mean, you could try talking to him if you'd like to, but if you don't interact with him, he's not going to interact with you yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, as you are waiting in very, very awkward silence, as One Eye just looks the both of you over, we have.
If nobody's talking, I'm probably
Yeah.
just gonna wander around and look at stuff.
Sure.
Like, what's over here? What's over here? Oh, nice
So-
vase. Cool. Whatever. Put it down.
Yeah, as long as you don't touch any of the stuff that's on the table, there is no reaction. If you do, go over there.
Okay. I definitely do, because that's
Okay.
something to
I mean,
look at.
it sounded like she said she just picked up a vase.
Yeah. Once you start touching some of the alchemical supplies, he noticeably bristles. He kind of sits up and he says, "Don't touch that. You might get hurt."
What is it? What is it?
So, as soon as you say, "What is it?" he goes off into this explanation about how, tea has to be at the perfect temperature. And so what that's doing... And he goes off on a tangent for about a full minute about how he is precipitating it to make it stronger. But he's also preheating the vessel because the brewing temperature really matters. Switches on a dime. Just a very lively tea conversation for a minute. When he
Okay.
catches himself, if you don't interrupt his spiel.
I'm definitely gonna let him go and go and
Yeah.
go, and then like when he catches himself, I'm gonna ask him another question, like, "Oh, do you use any kind of sweetener, or is the tea like good as it is?" Just to try and keep him going.
When you ask any kind of sweetener, he just frowns, shakes his head, and says, "No, the tea is perfect."
All right. What kind of tea is it?
So he's starting to talk about chai and how, this is a tradition that was lost to the Flood of Light, but he has an inn over in Kalusia, and then he stops himself and he's like, "Why? Just..."
You know what? I'm from Kalusia. Maybe I've been there. What's it called?
As you ask that question, Meritt, you walk up to the door. You hear some lively talking inside.
Sure. Yeah, I don't so much walk as I stomp aggressively
Yes.
towards the door.
So you guys hear stomping towards the door.
Tiny stomping.
It's tiny but like powerful
Strong.
strong
Yes.
stomping. I stomp my way up to the door, and unlike both of you jumps, I just throw it open because I wasn't
Throw wide the
invited
gates.
here. Throw wide those gates, and I then stomp my squat little body into the room, with just a loud, "Oh, I heard there's some sort of meeting going on."
Would you explain your character to
Sure.
the other two?
I am a dwarf.
The end. That's it. That's all you need.
The
But
end.
what kind of hat are you wearing?
Oh, I'm not cutting you off. I'm just joking.
I'm a dwarf, and Meritt is a very stout, very sturdy dwarf. Like, she is dense. She is not like a cute little dumpling. She is like a brick wall.
Dun, dun, dun.
As she
she-
approached, I'm actually looking down at the cup of tea, and you just see the little ripples from the stomps.
Yes.
She is in armor, and it's pretty simple armor. It looks
Mhm.
like something that's probably been purchased with whatever coin she could get, and that has since then been patched, taken care of. It's not the best taken care of, but like obviously she has sort of stuck parts of it back together, things like that. She is wearing a helmet and has a full majestic beard. That beard is sort of a like a natural dyed kind of purple, looks like maybe with some sort of flower or something like that. So it's not like bright purple, but it is purple. And she has a bunch of little adornments and things kind of woven into it, whereas her gear is not particularly super well taken care of. Her beard is pristine. It is a piece of art.
That's very important.
Yes,
Sure,
and
be
she
very
does
important.
have a hammer. Well, it's, I guess, yes, a large, gigantic hammer just sort of on her back that is probably almost bigger than she is. Like,
Oh,
in
yeah,
danger
definitely.
of dragging on the ground if she is not pulled up as tall as she can possibly be.
Oh, definitely.
So
Well,
that's,
when
that's Meritt.
when the
Yeah.
door slams open, Zumie's like, "Ah!" But then as soon as she sees it's another person, "Hi!"
Oh, hello. Was I running late or lost a bit of track of time?
One Eye is kind of out of his incredulousness. Sweetener? What? But he sees that you're all here, and he says, "They said 3, there's 3. All right. I don't care how you got here.
Oh, I walked.
He kind of
Should
just
I
frowns at that.
Oh, right. No.
He just frowns at it. He's not saying anything. But he says, all right, you saw it, right?
So what?
I say
The
you're
star
gonna
fall.
have to be a little bit more.
Oh
specific.
yeah, that's why we're here, right?
What did you see?
Oh, you mean when all the great bleeding things came down out of the sky? Yeah. I thought
kinda
for a
just
bit
nodded.
I might have just had a bit too much to drink, but then it did seem as though everybody else remembered it, so guess it wasn't just the alcohol.
It wasn't so much what I saw, but what I heard in my head. I heard a voice speaking to me.
There was a voice, wasn't there?
Oh,
What did it
What
say to you?
was. Hear,
It was
feel,
very
think.
demanding. Please, like, yeah, hear, feel, think. Like, what? What?
I can't make any sense of it. He just he looks visibly annoyed.
And I go, well, that makes two of us then.
Well, that makes 3 of us then.
He kind of waits
Yeah,
for
Meritt
Zumie to,
stares at Zumie.
and then he was just like, okay, and now she's gonna say that makes 4 of us. You know, he was just waiting for you to be all Genki. But
But I already said it.
yeah, I know you already said it. You just thought you were gonna do it again. As we're all just waiting, like, huh, okay. There's a little bit of a pause, and he says, I mean, call this an audition if you like, but I want to do something about it.
Like, get the voices to stop sort of deal.
No, figure out why they started.
Well, seems like trying to get them to stop would be it'd be a little bit better, wouldn't it?
Wait, can you still hear them?
No.
No.
Then we're done.
And that's why he's just flabbergasted. And he just stops. He kind of does some hand gestures like, okay, do you want to figure this out or not?
I say
guess so.
absolutely.
I mean, I'm kind of indifferent, but I mean, I suppose it's better knowing than not knowing. Oh, yeah.
So it's
what
money
do you
then.
want to do about it?
Well, he says, so it's money then for Meritt.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, money's good. So I thought maybe we'd be getting paid for something.
He says, let me explain. I want to go out and I want to find out why it happened. It's driving me insane. But I can't do it alone. And he kind of takes the measure of all 3 of you again. And I'm not sure if I could do it with you.
Well,
Well, then.
But we're going to find out. So if it doesn't work, just take the money that we're going to get and go. I don't want anyone who doesn't want to be here. But, right, exactly. He's very bristly. He says, but I have a task from Spagirix that I want to bring you all along on. Just to see. I mean, supposedly everyone who saw and heard it is some sort of hero. He kind of very dubious. But I need to know if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this right.
And I want to ask him what kind of leads he has on this, because he's talking all this stuff. He wants to go out and figure things out. But what information does he have to share with us?
That's a good question. He ends. He does not continue.
Do you have an answer for it?
Maybe, if you're worthy.
what?
It's just a little money to start.
What makes us worthy? This quest thing you're talking about?
You saw and you heard it. You said it.
Then you already know we're worthy. So tell us.
I'm not convinced that everyone who saw and heard it is worthy. That's why I'm doing this.
Well, I'm not convinced you're worthy. I didn't
Well-
much come here to get belittled. I'm little enough as it is.
All right.
Zumie's like, I shouldn't be laughing at that.
All right. Let's do you want the money or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Anything from Aiden?
I'm in it more for the knowledge, but hey, if there's money, I'll take a bit of coin.
He kind of looks you over again and he says, I can work with that. Just Aiden. He's like, okay, well, you seem serious. So.
Listen, you want honesty, right? You asked me if I wanted money. I do. I'm hungry.
Fair enough. He says, so there's a mistel in Spagirix that needs us to find something or other. Poultice, I don't know what he called it. It's in the waterways under the Crystarium. It should be an in and out job. I just need to know that you could watch my back.
Sure.
Do that, right?
Do I know what he's talking about?
He's
kind of vague with it, but
Yeah, you anyone who lives here would know that through the Horatorium there are some waterways that lead to storage and kind of an outlet into where the source is, that lake. So in the Crystarium they often store things in those waterways. So you have heard of it, but you haven't been down there.
Okay.
So after you think about that, he says, tomorrow morning, we're going to talk to this Phaeon or whatever. And we're going to figure out what he wants. We're going to go down there. We're going to get it. We're going to come back. It's supposedly dangerous, but...
Supposedly?
Yeah.
What kind of trouble do you expect us to run into down there?
Oh, any manner of beast that lives in the waterways, who knows?
Okay.
Oh, whatever it is, I can handle it.
Okay.
That is exactly what I want to hear. So he says, we'll talk money when we talk to them, but I just need you in Spagirix. He gives you a time in the morning, a little bit after dawn. In fact, it seems really early.
That's
Meritt
so
winces.
early.
Meritt just visibly winces.
Are you sure it has to be that early?
He sighs and he says, that's what they told me. I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't
Seems
make the
odd.
job.
But it seems like the time shouldn't matter, right?
Kind of thinks about it for a second because he hadn't thought about it. We'll find out in the morning. Are you going to be there?
Yes, but is there any reason that it should be that early? If it's a beast-related thing, is there a beast that is around during that time?
Yeah, maybe there's some nocturnal something or other that's more dangerous and they think we might be down there. I don't know.
Okay.
Keep that question for them in the morning.
Okay.
You really like doing your research before you accept jobs, don't you?
I just don't want to die.
Oh no,
probably...
I wasn't sassing you, lass. I was talking to him.
Yeah.
All I have to do is think, don't know what it is. That's terrible. You should at least know. I mean, look, I might have been late, but I at least sort of knew what I was coming here for, you know?
He says, honestly, I could probably do it alone. That was with a very, just arrogance dripping.
I mean, that's not what you said when we got here, but okay.
He says, it's nice to have someone to watch your back.
Okay, well, see you in the morning, I guess.
If you say that and you can hang around if you'd like, or you could leave now. You could keep talking to him if you'd like to.
Actually, I have a question. I
Yeah,
have
of
an
course.
out-of-character question.
Let's do it.
Is One Eye the guy, the not aura, or okay?
He is the yes, the drawn.
Okay.
Yep. He has not introduced himself at all. Not even a little bit.
Right.
He just, as soon as you came in, he started talking.
Okay.
I set my now empty cup of tea down on the table,
Yeah.
and I say, "All right, I'll see you in the morning," and I walk out and I leave.
Goodbye.
He just kind of gives you a nod,
Meritt kind of grumbles like, didn't even say a proper lolly-ho, not a single. And this room smells awful. It's terrible.
Yeah, I bet it would.
She just like pats her hammer and goes, "What's in your back? Easy enough. The rest of it we'll figure it out." And she starts out the door, but then looks back and very pointedly goes, "Your tea smells awful," and then leaves. Just like a final jab, because
Right.
she does not care for this man's tone.
Right. Zumie, if you're still in there, you notice him kind of crack a smile at that,
Okay.
then catch himself.
Yeah, tsundere, I got it. All right. I've seen anime. I know things.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess the last thing she does.
Yeah,
is,
you can annoy him as much as you'd like.
Yeah, all right. Great. Do you know if we need to bring anything in particular? Did they tell you that? Did they tell you anything?
I didn't ask. But that is another good question. He kind of thinks about it. He says,
Who was it you got this quest from again? I'm just gonna go find them.
it was Feihan.
Okay, where is that person?
Oh, he's usually around the poultice storage in the back of the room.
What
Oh,
room?
the Spagirics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I say, great, see ya later, and I rush out the door. And if either of the two of them are still there, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go talk to somebody who knows what's going on. You want to come with me?
Meritt sort of stops. Yeah, go
turn
ahead.
around and I say, I mean, you know, couldn't hurt to learn a little bit more information. Sure, why not?
I'll come along as you wait for me.
That dwarf speed.
Dwarf speed.
Ludicrous speed. All right. Well then, over to Spaghetti.
Every time you say it, I'm like, spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
I'm actually just going to call it that. They said we have to go to the spaghetti and talk to somebody named Faerun. It's not it.
How's that look on the Observer?
That's a black
It is
screen.
A
It's
black,
black
screen.
screen.
Oh, probably.
It's very dark.
There's a really nice
That's fine.
Aldianaux
There
in the
it
middle
is.
of it, though.
There move
we
it down
go.
just a little bit.
I think if you double click wherever you want centered, it moves it that way.
Oh yeah, but he's not on the Observer.
Okay.
So actually,
There you go.
that.
Hey.
Perfect.
So here's the Spagirics as you see it.
Mhm.
As you walk in, and you see back here must be what One Eye was talking about, or at least the guy you hope is One Eye. He still hasn't introduced himself.
Oh, yeah.
But here's Spagirics. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna march right in and be like, hey, I'm looking for somebody with the name Faye something, I think.
Say something. That sounds
I just
right.
kind of give her like kind of like a raised eyebrow, like, wow, she's okay. She's kind of loud and obnoxious, and this is all right. This is gonna be a fun day tomorrow. I can already tell.
Meritt just squints up at you. Like, she can just tell that you are throwing silent shade.
Like, oh my goodness. Well, as
Zumie notices but does not care.
not even a little bit, as it should be. So as you ask for that to everyone in the room, a drawn woman, drawn as in Ara.
Yes.
I'm gonna do it for the first couple of sessions.
It's good.
Walks over to the three of you and says, "Are you talking about Feihan?"
That's it. That was it. Thank you.
Sure.
Sure. She says, "Oh, he probably heard you," and she just looks back, and you see the scene, and in fact, that misspelled gentleman on the right there, which may be hard to see, maybe not, with the brown hair,
Yeah.
is Feihan. He turns and he looks and he says, "Is this an emergency?"
No, but we had some questions about a job you gave to One Eye, who we just spoke with and didn't know much.
He knew
Including
nothing.
his name.
He says, "Oh, yes. Aren't you supposed to? That's fine. I'm glad you're here right now." He says, "Well, you see, one of our workers has gone missing in the waterways."
That's such a big detail. Why didn't he know that?
Good question.
I kind of raise an eyebrow and say, then why are we leaving tomorrow if it's
Yeah.
underground waterways, and does the time of day really doesn't matter that much?
Sorry for interrupting. Tell us the rest.
Yeah. He says, "Well, he's not. It hasn't been that long. He was supposed to come back just a few hours ago, and he's just nowhere to be seen. And it's not like him to be late."
Okay.
Usually
Why?
missing persons reports get filed after 24 hours. If it's only been a few hours, you must be pretty worried.
Well, with the guard in the state that it is, I mean, who's gonna help?
That's fair.
We will. We're going to.
What she said.
Sure. No,
Or
we don't
what-
look like. We look fine. I was going to say we didn't look like much, but I mean, we look like something. So, what I would say is, considering this business proposition of yours, have you had anyone else go missing? Or, I don't know, sounds, strange sights, growling monsters,
Oh, there's.
things you shouldn't have seen down in there in the sewers? Why would you be mucking about in the sewers anyway?
He says, "Oh, there's. It's mostly uncharted. I mean, we have some rooms that we
What?
use for storage that are close." And you go, "What?"
How? Didn't you have to make them? How are they uncharted?
I mean, they were made a long time ago. We don't go
Okay,
too far in
thinking-
there. I mean, we
I don't-
stay along the main waterway.
Guys, maybe we should visit the Cabinet of Curiosities for a blueprint after
You
this.
really like just walking around, don't you?
Well, he explains to you that to get to at least this storage room, there's not very many storage rooms because they're large and well categorized. He says himself because he
Mm.
did it.
Uh-huh.
He says that you just take the boat along the main waterway, and he kind of guides you to the room. You go east here, you do that, and it's easy. It is not easy. And we go there all the time, but yes, it is a little dangerous.
Do I know any of the layout from my time in the Cabinet of Curiosity? Because I've read a lot of the books
Yeah.
that are in there. Do we have that on file somewhere?
Yeah, you can try and remember. I'm pulling
Look
you
at
here
you,
so you
smart
can roll
boy.
a knowledge history. I think you have history, right?
Yes.
Yeah. This is working a little bit better than I thought. Hey, that's a better roll. Oh, you must have hit it twice. I'm sorry, the first one is the one
yeah.
I'm taking.
That's fine.
Aw.
That's fine.
It's all good. 13. So you're remembering, and the facts you know about the waterways. 1, it was used for storage. Even like as soon as the Crystarium was formed, they needed more room, and they noticed this waterway, and it was great because it's some places have fresh water, but also there are already rooms down there. They don't know why. Just big empty rooms. So they just started to use them for storage. But there has been, reported over time that, there's just some weirder monsters that live in there, like overly large creatures or sounds that they can't really explain.
That's not
But it's
very
totally
specific.
safe.
What kind of overly large creatures? And if it's totally safe, then why are you worried about your friend?
Well, this is what
This is
Aiden's
yeah,
remembering.
Oh, okay,
sorry.
okay.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
That's what you're remembering, and you can say it like that if you'd like.
Okay. Yeah, I tell them that.
Okay.
All right. And then I say those things to the other guy.
Yes. And Feihan says, "Well, it's okay. So it's not 100% safe, sure, but it's mostly just bats and other creatures. Like, it's nothing major."
So here's another question.
Mm-hmm.
One Eye, we think, told us we have to go at very early in the morning.
Hmm.
Did you say that to him?
Yes, I definitely did he not mention what I said?
Well,
No.
he didn't tell us anything else about anything. So,
Yeah.
nor
Oh.
that there was even someone missing.
Well,
So
Yeah.
the only thing he did tell us was that we needed to be there at the ass crack of dawn.
well, he says the reason for that is the tides.
Oh,
There's just some
no.
waterways under there that tend to get flooded. But that's why I wanted you to come early in the morning, because that will give you the most time.
At that
Oh.
point, though, we might be looking for a body if you're waiting for the tides to
Yeah.
go up all the way. Though, I mean, that's
Hence why I'm concerned.
Okay.
He says very seriously. But I
What-
can't get any help any other way.
I kind of look around. I read the room a little bit, and I just go, should we just go now?
What
I
what
mean,
level are the
but
tides
no,
at
wait,
now?
Wait.
Mhm.
How tall is the water going?
Yeah.
He says, well,
Some of you have the luxury of just walking about as if it's no problem. Some of
He-
us, you're going to have to pick me up, and I'm not particularly keen on that idea.
well, he looks down at you and he goes, "Oh, right. It shouldn't be anything to worry about. It just makes navigation harder from time to time. It's not going to flood the storage room. I mean, it wouldn't be a great storage room if it did.
Mm.
And plus, the tides aren't that strong. We've just noticed this phenomenon since, well, the night returned."
Oh. Okay.
I say, that's a
do
little
you-
bit odd, but if if it's manageable, I don't know why we would want to wait if you feel that this person is in danger.
Well, it's just not knowing the way down there. If you get, I would rather you get lost at low tide. That it was from an abundance of caution on myself.
Do I have access to any kind of map, or do I know where a map is that would help guide us a little bit easier to these storage rooms?
You definitely know the area of the Cabinet of Curiosity to search because of your history with them. You know exactly, like, you're like, if there's anything, it's going to be on these shelves and those shelves and
Okay.
also those shelves. But
So,
it is
so
there.
I look and I tell everybody, I think I can make navigation a little bit easier for us if we go over to the cabinet before we head out.
Good. Yes, seconded, please.
Right.
But before we do, is there anything else you could tell us that what I probably didn't tell us?
Sure. Oh, my camera started to freak out.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
It's doing a weird
you are
flash.
like,
I don't know why I did that, but okay.
Sudden rave DM.
Alert!
I don't know.
I don't know. I think this DM's lying to us, guys. It's flashing. It's
Yeah, I'm a
Something's
hologram.
up.
I'm not really in the what is the?
Ocular?
Yeah, I'm not really in the ocular.
Yeah.
So, you asked, what else did he not tell you? Well, he says,
Basically, just give us the rundown you gave him.
sure. Okay, so he explains that, yes, a caretaker named Oren, Oren, who is a Hume, was going to retrieve some medicinal syrups that they ferment down there.
Okay.
That's why they store it down there, away from the light,
See me
kind of
see
high.
you
Yeah.
pull out a notebook
Yes.
and a pen.
Mhm.
He says that normally it's just in and out. It doesn't take more than a couple of hours. But he's left this morning and he has not returned. And right about now, it would be between dusk and midnight. So we would say 9-10 p.m. So he says that's why I'm worried. And yes, the guards wouldn't do anything even if there weren't so few of them right now. Just because it hasn't been long enough. But Oren is never late. He knows those waterways like the back of his hand. There's no way. So that's why I'm concerned. He says that, you can get there from the boat launch in the Horatorium. They already know that you're coming tomorrow.
Are they going to give us a boat?
Yes, they're going to give you a boat that you can ride along the waterways and back.
Okay.
So I look around again after getting this information. I say, okay, so let me just to recap. He's only been gone a few hours, but this never happens before. The longer he stays down there, the worse it's gonna get. So why aren't we going now?
Listen, I just want to be informed before we go.
That's just one I don't know. That's just when he said he would do it. I
You
mean,
said it was because of the tides.
yeah.
So,
I mean,
so,
you could go.
So I ask. This gentleman promised us payment. Was he getting that from you?
Yes, definitely. But he says you could go now. I mean, the tide is. It will be. It is in the act of receding, or it should be around midnight. So you could go in the middle of the night if you wanted to. It's just it will be lowest in the morning, and then it will build back up. He's explaining tides because
So
he's
what-
like, this is a new idea.
Yeah.
Right?
I
So
look
what
down.
our buddy here is
Mhm.
getting at is we just cut that other guy out, right? That's what you're trying to get to.
Oh, why? And
I
he was
certainly wasn't trying to imply that. I'm just worried about Oren.
Right.
Uh-huh.
That is true.
saying, all right, I have to call a bit of bullcrap on that because you most definitely were implying it. But I do have to say, it's funny how the one of us, supposedly worthier than the others, is the one trying to back out now. Get some money on the side for yourself, eh?
Like I said, I'm certainly not opposed to earning a little bit of coin.
Mm-hmm. All right, look. We can go whenever. We can find the man. I'm more like to be up in the middle of the night if we want, but we should probably tell that one-eye fellow. Assuming we want to work with him again in the future. I mean, I'm a dwarf of honor. Mostly.
How much money
sometimes.
are we talking about?
Ah,
He couldn't
He-
tell us that either.
yes. So he says that we negotiated a sum. He's a little bit cagey about it because he doesn't. You can tell that he's kind of like, why are they asking me that? Like, are they really just gonna go without him? But
Listen,
He says-
don't worry. This is a test of one eye. If you tell us that you're giving us X amount and he tells us Y amount, then we know we can't trust him.
that's fair. He says, well, it was to be 3,200 gil,
Which I squiggled down.
which is a lot.
3,200 gil.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind Donna. Oh, you can throw that in the sewer. All right. No, you're right. Okay, we'll see if he's going to give us the full amount. If not, I'll punch him.
Okay.
And I don't say this, but I kind of look down and I think, like, what, in his kneecap? I just kind of just give like an odd kind of look.
Thoughtful.
Just-
Meritt catches his side eye again and looks up and like squints back at him again, like, "You got a problem with?"
You want
you
to go,
know.
bro? Oh, I'm sorry.
You want a lolly go?
You want a lolly go?
Oh
I
my
look
God.
down
Go,
and I
Ryan.
say, okay, very well. Let's notify this gentleman of the now that we have more information of the apparent urgency of this. We can get some information about where we need to go from the Cabinet of Curiosity, and we should probably head down there if the dwarf thinks she'll be okay with the water.
We'll have a boat.
Oh, the boat. Well, yeah.
Right.
One more thing.
Mhm.
We never introduced ourselves.
Oh,
I'm Zumie.
Oh,
yeah, to
hello.
each other.
ignore this guy.
Yeah.
Name's Meritt, Lally Ho, and all that.
I love it.
I returned the lolly ho from Kalusia. I know. It's
Yes.
semi-important.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I know
I
that
kind
right
of look at Zumie and I'm like, oh, that's a greeting, and I kind of give like a lolly ho, not
no,
the full
no.
right.
No,
the
no.
I'm not quite sure about the customs lolly ho, and I go, I'm Aiden.
Aiden, we've got to work on your lolly ho, friend. It's weak. It's weak. Like your body. You have to stronger. You try again?
The lolly ho.
Better. One more time.
Like,
One more time.
Lolly-ho!
You look a right fool, you do.
Feihan is completely perplexed. Completely perplexed. Like, what?
As they should be.
Like, what is happening?
Oh.
I'm also thinking that in the back of my mind.
Yeah. What am I signing up for? But you wanted to go to the Cabinet of Curiosity. I'm not going to say it like that ever again.
I would like you to only say it like that forever.
Cabinet of dishes and bowls.
All right. Well, I'm going to leave us in Spagirix. But going to the Cabinet, I lied. I'm going to do it again. Just because the pendants are pendants, not pendants. It's weird. I don't know.
They're a
Wait,
little
is it
extra
Elrond.
crunchy.
actually called pendants?
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard people pronouncing it as, and I'm like, how is that? Is it somewhere? Someone
Huh.
pranking
I always
me?
say pendants.
Yeah, I know. I do too.
It makes me
Until I was
always
looking it
do
up.
too.
think of a bunch of little rooms hanging.
Yeah, and catenaries actually mean like things on a chain. Like
Pendant
Then-
localization.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, like,
I don't know.
maybe it's a term that has like origins. I don't know, like French
I don't know.
origins or something.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
maybe.
sure it does. I'm sure it does.
But we will trek over to the Cabinet of Curiosity. I do not have a background for that. One could
That's
say I
okay.
did not expect that, but that's okay. Hey, I'm not
We
gonna
got
lie.
him, folks.
You got me.
So-
That's the first of very many.
Yeah.
But-
We just getting started.
Oh, I love it. So, going over to the Cabinet of Curiosity, Aiden, I'm assuming you're leading the way.
Yeah, so I just I'm like, all right, let's go see
Yeah.
if we can find like a map or some blueprints, or see what people have written down about the waterways, and we'll figure out where
Yeah.
these storage rooms are supposed to be.
Okay. So, go ahead and roll me a knowledge history to find things. I think you're still on that map.
Yeah.
If you want to help, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
So,
Okay. How do I do that?
see, because I knew that
Oh,
was going to
gee.
happen.
Oh
First
my
one.
God.
I
You can
knew the book was here somewhere. I swear. I know I read it somewhere.
Jeez.
But yeah, it'll be. Oh, you can't see it. Give me just a sec. There you go. The observer is still on Spagirix, but you should be able to double click your character, and then it'll be on that first page in the center. You're looking for history.
Yeah.
I'm dumb. Where is it? History.
That is not my wheelhouse. I will
There we
leave
go.
it to all of you.
Do I just
Yeah.
one click it or two click?
Yeah, one click. It should just roll it. Oh, at the bottom right, I bet above the chat there's a green.
Yeah.
Yes, hit right click twice on it to not be green. So what that is rolling with advantage.
Oh.
So what happened is you rolled with advantage. So it rolled twice and kept the highest, but I'm going to keep the first one. Sorry about that. Which was a 9. And what do you have as your bonus for history? Like 2? 3?
Plus 4.
4. Right, that's right. You're also book learning. So yeah, so you help out. You have saved the one, basically. Through the both of your efforts, which is surprising to you, Aiden. Zumie definitely is some sort of a scholar. It doesn't seem that way. Definitely
No.
knows her way around a book. And as you're looking at the history, you're like, wait a second, does she know this? Or at least, some of the broader history of this area. But as you're pouring through the tomes, and Meritt, are you just kind of watching along? Oh, I'm sorry, I got you.
I'm bored out of my mind.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
This place is the worst place that's ever been built. I don't like it. I don't care for it.
It smells horrible.
It
It's very
smells
musty.
Worse than the tea. It's
Yeah.
it's rough.
Surprisingly close to the tea in your approximation.
So yeah,
but-
I have like a carved wooden flask at my hip that has
Yeah.
like a little snug sort of cap on it. I just pop that open and I'm just drinking whatever questionable liquid's in there.
Dwarf shine.
Dwarf shine.
Excellent.
But as you're pouring through the tomes, you find a couple of books that you can piece together.
Okay.
And yes, it seems like Feihan was telling the truth as far as the history. Or, well, not Feihan. Your remembrance was true, Aiden. It seems like the series of events that brought the tower here in the first place don't make much sense. No one can really figure it out. But when it arrived, it also arrived with some subterranean rooms, but they're in disrepair. So it seems like the waterways kind of intersect with some of those subterranean rooms. So it seems like you're actually being under there in the waterways. If you wander too far, you might be in the basement, so to speak, of the tower itself.
Oh,
Okay.
that sounds dangerous.
Mm. It does sound a little dangerous.
You know, the Exarch is always up in the tower. I can't imagine there would be anything that bad in the tower.
I mean, that sounds dangerous to me, but I don't think that the players or the characters would know.
Right. And I mean, that's perfectly fine. Since we're playing a game based on Final Fantasy XIV, there's going to be stuff that that the character doesn't know. That's fine. We won't worry about it too much.
I would feel that everybody would know that the Exarch is constantly in the Crystal Tower.
Yeah,
that feels...
No, I mean as far as being dangerous or not. Like we don't know that the Crystal Tower is dangerous.
That's just an assumption. I would hope that there wouldn't just be a bunch of monsters in the Crystal Tower as it's kind of in the middle of town.
Yeah, and like it's always been sort of a beacon of hope for the people of the first, right?
Right.
Yeah. Plus, I assume that like once the Exarch took control of it again, most of the defense and if the void sent and stuff have been purged.
Yeah.
It's probably I don't know.
It might just be
bad in there.
I guess we'll see when we're down in the basement.
It's just too spooky for most people, I mean, I know it's October, but it might not be then. I don't think they would have months anymore. Right. But as you're pouring through, you do see a partial map of the main waterways. So basically the main thoroughfare out of the city and into. There's a lot of shipping, or at least there's as much shipping as can be in this world. But they do use it to get to and from like Ostel, over in the far east of Lakeland. They also use it to get stuff to Weed and Brick and all that, all those little small islands. So that's what it's used for. But of course, this map has kind of the bigger rooms that are alongside. And using just your remembrance of what Feihan said, you find a couple of rooms that probably are what he's talking about. I mean, you could get more directions, or maybe someone at the boat lodge can help you, but this will definitely help you get there.
So while we're looking at all these books that I assume that they won't let us take, I pop out my little notebook and start scribbling down an approximation of the map.
Yeah, makes sense.
So that we have it with us. It's
peek
not
up,
waterproof, but that's okay.
I peek up at the edge of the table and like put my hands on it, but look like very gruffly over the top. Go, what are you always writing in your book?
And I basically just turn it around. It's got like pretend like there's a map right here.
Yeah.
It says the name of the guy is Oren. He was looking for medicinal syrups. The lowest tides are at midnight, and they were going to pay us 3,200 gil.
Do you always keep track of things like that?
Yes, I have a shitty memory.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
As you look at her notes, you notice that it is an impeccable script. It's like just beautiful, kind of calligraphy, if you will.
Not true to life. Look how bad that handwriting is.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing, Zen.
We're pretending.
It's okay.
See, Meritt looks very impressed.
Yeah.
Very impressed. She kind of goes like, "Oh, fancy looking."
I kind of look and I say that's some interesting that's some quality penmanship. Where were you learned?
Where were I learned?
Mm-hmm.
Where were you learned?
Self-taught.
With the pause.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of
With the
okay.
pause.
Oh, thank you.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
But yeah. That is the response. All right then, keep your secret.
Okay. All right. I just think to myself, oh, okay. Sooner this is over, the better.
Right. So you are armed with that. Here's the decision. Do you just go to a boat? Or do you go back and say, hey, we want to do this? Those are options. I don't care.
It's, again, right? I'm not in it for the money. I won't say no to the money.
Mm-hmm.
But we did have an agreement with that gentleman and his weird chemistry tea. We should probably go and tell him that the matter is maybe a little more urgent than we originally thought.
So
Meritt's already like, I was
Go
saying
ahead.
Meritt's already like halfway down the hall. Like, obviously.
all right, Zumie, seeing that people are already like,
Going.
no, yeah, we gotta go talk to him. She's like, okay, well, all right, I guess I'll keep that thought to myself. And just follows.
I'll bring you back to One Eye's room. You're knocking, you're going in, it doesn't really matter.
I mean,
if you knock.
We'll knock.
I knock
well,
more loudly this time.
Question though, like so Meritt was already halfway down the hall, but did Meritt get there before us, or did we pass Meritt because of the dwarf legs?
So to let chat in, just to explain this. So normally, in 5th edition D&D, your movement speed per round is 30 feet, because you can move 30 feet in a round easily. So for dwarves / Lalafell, because they got the tiny little feet, and tiny little legs, they move 25. So it's not that big of a difference, but it's kind of sometimes a big difference.
Especially
but that's
when you're
okay.
drunk.
Yes. When you're
They
drunk.
get other
and
bonuses.
Meritt had consumed some type of liquid.
She does
Some
start
sort of
down the
liquid.
wrong hallway and then have to come back. She's like, I knew where I was going. You do pass her, and she huffs, trying very hard to just not ask you to hold up or anything. She just like power walk in as fast as she can
So,
behind you.
Yeah.
She doesn't
When
quite
Zumie-
run, but like walks
Yeah.
fast.
When
or
Zumie
hobbles
catches
or
up
whatever
with,
it is.
with
Mhm.
Meritt, she starts taking really like dumb looking strides to like looks like a long stride, but it's really very slow, so that sort of like walking at the same speed.
Solidarity.
I just walk at like a normal pace and just
Aiden,
kind of like
like,
look back
by-
and go like,
by
what the
weirdos.
hell?
What are they doing?
Meritt doesn't totally know which one she likes better or worse. She's like, on one hand, yes, solidarity. On the other hand, don't treat me any different. I will beat you. And she's kind of like in the middle right now.
She's
kind of
Zumie's
in the middle.
like making an effort to make it look like she's just having fun rather than trying to like hang out, you know?
Yeah.
That's okay. Meritt is not observant enough.
Alright.
I
like,
mean,
"This
if she tried, she would be, but she just assumes that she's just doing a good job keeping up. Plus, she likes Zumie. So
Yeah. So you get to the door and you knock, and you hear from the other side, a slight pause, and then you could hear rustling beforehand, and then a slight pause, and then say, "Come on in."
All
When
right,
you
so we open the door and we walk in.
So as you come in,
Mm.
you notice that all of the alchemical supplies are still out, but One Eye is leaning over the bed. He's now wearing a hakama with a little bit of cloth armor on it. It has the same blue and yellow motif and kind of little prints of a stag beetle on it. Kind of think old school, samurai-esque, of course.
Do I know what the stag beetle is representative of?
It's a good question. You can try and roll a history. You could as well if you'd like to, Zumie.
I want to.
Yeah, so basically between the two of you, you're gonna have a brainwave maybe. That's a good roll.
You just told
I
me
know
how
what
to
that
do
shit
it.
is. I know what's up.
Oh, right click on it twice. Once you right click once and it'll go to red, and then you do it again and it goes to white. Basically, it just has
It's
to be
white now. Okay, so
Yeah, so
I
you can roll.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
And
that's
then I
that's
have
the
to-
kind of override toggle.
It's not. It's not working.
Oh,
Wait, hit. It says plus modifier, but it's not doing that, right? No, because it's not
No.
filled in. I'm super new.
Oh no, it's fine. It's all good.
It didn't. I don't see
Learning.
anything.
It may have
Yay.
freaked out.
It didn't work for me before either. Remember?
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing
So
that.
does it
Well,
need to be white or green?
try it with green with advantage. If that's the only way that's working right now, I can fix that in between sessions.
No, I did something else before entirely.
Well, I'll tell you what you get, Aiden, and then as we figure it out, you'll also hear this as well, Zumie. So the Stag Beetle, and at least the coloration, you do remember that there were lots of different kind of knight orders in Vobert, but it's not one that you really remember, but you do remember that they all had heraldry. Now, this was long ago, before the Flood of Light. And as you remember that, you do notice that Hakama is very old. It's in good condition, but you see some wear and tear. And as he's getting, as he's leaning over, he kind of looks back at the three of you, and he says, "Did you go find out more?" Kind of with this knowing smile.
We say,
This is a test.
yeah.
He says,
I start to talk, and Zumie just interrupts me.
right, that's the way it's supposed to be, I guess.
Yes, yes.
I love it. So, he says, I mean, I didn't know you were going to. I was hoping you would.
I look at him and say, why didn't you give us all the information?
Honestly, I don't care. Doesn't
And
seem
so I turned to
very
Meritt.
truthful.
Do you still care about including him?
As in, you don't care about a man's life, or...
He says, we were going to go and save him anyway. Completely straight face.
Meritt just makes like a very like kind of noise. Can I
don't know
do?
about You can roll insight.
And I was gonna say, can I do an insight check?
Yeah, anyone who has it trained, who has a check mark next to it, can roll it. I think you do. Do you? Oh,
Okay,
right.
How do I pull up my character sheet
Nailed
if
it.
we're-
Nailed it.
The tab on the right side, that it's the fourth tab for me. I think it is also for you, but it looks like a bunch of people.
Okay.
And then you'll see PC, and then you should only see your character in there, and you can double click that or single click that. Yeah.
That's how I rolled before. Oh, it's not
Okay.
working either.
Oh, okay. We'll get that fixed. But was the inside?
It was
I didn't
not
see what
great.
you rolled. Yeah, it's
I have a
pretty
decent
good.
bonus, but it was not a great roll.
Right. Aiden, are you trained in insight?
I sure ain't.
Oh, you sure? Okay. Right. It was a
just-
different
nope.
skill. It's a different one.
Yeah.
This actually worked out
Yeah.
well because you both have book smarts, but I got street smarts.
Yeah.
And yet you rolled.
And yeah, I
well,
rolled
we got a
poorly.
1, we got a 2. It's gonna happen, right?
I'm just saying my 1 was still higher than her too. I'm just
All right, well.
Oh, I see.
Harsh.
If we want
I
to
see.
get into a pissing contest, we
So yeah, Zumie, I don't see that it's trained, but let me click on. Okay, so it's working for me,
That's my
but I'm
roll.
the. Oh yeah, I rolled a 20.
now you get a nat 20.
So I'm just gonna keep that for the first enemy you wander into. Just let me.
No.
Oh, that's not okay. Okay, just checking, just seeing if I could. But
That's
yeah,
nice
we'll
of you to ask.
figure that out. Because that is very strange that it's not rolling for you.
Oh.
Huh?
I was clicking the icon, not the name.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
So now
that's
maybe, I hope.
okay.
Okay. And then before, what do I need to do? What am I rolling for?
Oh,
Weapon?
history.
History?
The
Or
first one was
insight?
history.
Oh,
Yeah, the first one was
insight.
history
Okay, I don't
to
have
know.
insight, so
Yeah.
can't do it.
Yeah, so you won't be rolling insight to try and figure out the mysterious mind of One Eye. But you can roll the
That's-
history.
For for the
Yeah, to know the
Right.
heraldry, yeah.
Whee!
Which look at the ones flying out. Nah.
We're just getting
So
rid
Aiden-
of them now when they're not
Yes.
important.
yeah.
Exactly.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
As-
yeah. Just gotta get it
Yeah.
out of the system.
Yeah.
We really are book
Totally
smart, I
fine.
promise.
It's fine. Fine.
I just don't know
Read
anything
so
about
many
scarabs
books.
Right.
at all.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Do you mean horned beetles? they horned beetles, not
Yeah,
not
stag beetle.
scarabs?
Now,
Stag
now
beetle.
flies and gnats, she could go on for days, but beetles
Yeah.
haven't gotten to that chapter yet.
But yeah, you have that remembrance, and then you asked, you still want to include him, I think is what you asked, Zumie?
Yeah.
Was there a response from that yet? I don't want to step in the way of RP. I don't think there was, right?
So I mean, would he overhear us?
Yeah, he
As
definitely
she
heard you
says
say
that?
that. He's getting ready. You can see that he has a very ornate box that seems to be holding something that he's trying to get into right now.
I ask him why he is geared up and looking like he's ready to go somewhere. Where's he going?
I just wanted to know that you... And he stops for a second. I wanted to know that you were either in it for the money or you actually care about a man's life. Either way is fine by me.
Which you just said that you didn't care about, right?
Yeah, I don't care about the why we're going to save him.
Okay.
Right?
Why are you going then?
To figure out if you're good enough.
And saving this man's life is going to
So this means
explain
nothing to
the things that we saw.
No, that's going to prove to me that I should explain the things that you saw.
You're the most confusing man I've ever met in my entire life. Do you know that?
He's just completely flabbergasted. Like, why don't you understand this? That to him, right? Of course. As he's getting ready, he does from that box pull out a katana. And as you're looking at the katana, it has a broken guard. It looks like the guard is literally broken in half.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Is it like still on there, or is it just like half a guard is still on there?
It's half a guard basically on there. It's mostly on there.
Okay.
It's a little broken. You can see that it also has a stag beetle motif, but it is cut in half.
I say to him, you've seen some combat.
He says, it doesn't matter what it looks like.
Don't matter what you...
I'm just thinking to myself, like, oh my, what have I gotten myself
Right.
into?
Exactly.
I've got like this crazy dwarf, this loudness tell that is also smart,
Yeah.
and then this like other guy that doesn't care but also does care and somehow knows things that we don't.
Maybe. Maybe.
Alright.
So, Mr. Guy, you're one eye, right?
I think his name is Mr. Guy now. I don't.
Mr. Guy is very good.
They
It's
call
very
me
good.
Mr. Guy.
Mr. Guy.
Please,
Any old
Mr. Guy was my father.
I'm Mr. Guy Jr.
Mr. Guy the second.
Mr. Guy,
Guy
one
the
eye.
lesser.
I love it.
Oh my god.
He says, yes, that is what they call me.
Which
and
one?
He says, hmm? Which
Which
one?
One-eyed Mr. Guy Lesser, Mr.
I didn't know Mr. Guy was in character, but if it was...
Yeah, no, Mr.
Okay,
Guy.
that's fine. Yeah, he says, yes, they call me One Eye.
Yes, they call me Mr. Guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Does
Does
he,
he- does he have-
Question.
Yeah, does he actually have one eye?
He has two perfectly functioning eyes. In fact, as you kind
This
of
guy is
look him up and
terrible
down the
just
second.
on-
Yeah. You can see that, much like most drawn, he has that liminal ring that is a little bit glowy, and his is kind of a pale blue. It's not, like, really intense or anything, but as you're looking at his eyes, you would notice that.
So is he blind in one eye?
Are you asking him?
So who's gonna ask the
Can
question?
I-
Because I know we're all thinking it.
I look at I look and then I kind of look at these two, expecting one of them to just like blurt it out because it seems so obvious.
Right.
No,
All
no.
right. Merritt will volunteer for duty.
Yeah.
Merritt looks him in the face and goes, "Oh, how'd you get that name then? Seems to me you got two perfectly good eyes."
He says, I don't know why. It just stuck.
I'm beginning
Completely.
to think your head is full cotton. You don't know
This-
anything. You
this
don't know what the
man-
job is. You don't know any. You don't care about a man's life, but maybe you do care about a man's life. Here's the thing. I appreciate directness and honesty more than anything. A good drink. Probably good drink first, then honesty. No, directness, then honesty. Probably in that sort of order.
He's
That's-
nodding at your order like, okay, okay.
So here's the thing, is what I'm thinking. We can do this job for you, but if you don't have suddenly if you haven't cleared out all that cotton in your head and you have something to tell us afterwards, then I don't think we work with you again. But if you have something useful to tell us, then you might keep us in it. If you tell us now, or if you definitely tell us after the job itself.
He says, okay, if you really need to know, I have some contacts in Yulmore who are close to the
On the
Warrior
side, I
of
just kind of
Darkness.
go.
Right. Yeah, he says, who are close to the Warrior of Darkness. And he just lets that bomb drop.
Well, Warrior of Darkness came to my town once. Not that special.
Yes, but they know things. Whatever it is we have, they seem to have. I don't know.
Wait,
I
is that
need to
it? That's all? That's it? That's all the information you have. I know somebody who knows some. Is that it?
Do you need more?
For a man that claims to know so much, you appear to know so little. I just say that out loud, like this is getting ridiculous.
That's fine. As you say that, the three of you hear some ringing in your ears.
Echo. No.
And you're just transported visually. And what you see is a young man training, it seems, with a katana, a very familiar one that has a full
you
guard.
Slick son of a bitch.
As he's training, you can see kind of the backdrop of what became the slums below Yulmore, kind of in a much earlier time. And you can see him training there alongside many other guards. You then get a flash of him running away, kind of in a first-person view. He falls over, he looks back, and you see a silver-haired man, and kind of, I don't know exactly, I will say far east here, I don't know exactly on the first.
Looks like a big jerk, has an energy like a big jerk.
Yeah, has some big jerk energy.
Big jerk.
Is there a dragon with him? Little dragon snake guy?
Not right now. No.
Or no?
Not
no.
right now. Okay.
No, not right now.
Okay.
I mean, there's stuff that you know and your character knows. Well, we can talk about it and keep it separate. But as he looks back down, he notices that his guard has been split in two. And then you're back. And One Eye is completely perplexed.
Meritt
As
is
you look around
on
the
her-
room,
Sorry. Go ahead,
it's fine. As you look around the room, One Eye is just like, he has stopped what he's doing, and he has come over closer to Aiden, and he's like about to touch him, like about.
So like I kind of come out of it and I look up and he's just like in my face.
Right
and
there.
I'm just kind of like
Looking kind of concerned.
Meritt's
And
on
then-
her hands and knees, and she goes, "What in the bloody hell?"
I kind of look around and get the sense that like something happened to the others as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I just I look around and just go, that was weird.
What was weird?
I'll say, gee, you're, huh? You're
What
from
are you-
Yulmore.
I didn't tell you that.
No, you didn't. I don't
Well-
know how we know.
I
know,
just have
they-
a
you know.
look. I just have a look because I start to realize that they saw the same thing that I
Yeah.
saw. And
One Eye is completely confused.
I say, it seems that we've all just shared a vision of sorts about you, and I look to One Eye.
That does not sound unfamiliar, he says, kind of that doesn't sound unfamiliar.
Have you had a vision?
A few.
About what?
Other people. I don't know.
Okay.
This is why I want to know more. I can't explain it. He kind of seems completely diffused now.
Every time I hear this man say "I don't know" or "I don't care," I just get like that much more like wound up and ready to just be like, we need, like, we talked to this guy first. We had an agreement, but like this dude, I don't know about this whole thing, but this guy's, it takes a lot to wind me up, but this guy's really grinding my gears.
I have 2 questions.
Okay.
The first is, this is in character.
Yeah.
How much gil were you promised?
He says 3,200 gil.
Okay. I forget my second question.
He says, I'm glad that you asked. He kind of has a little bit of a softer tone. I'm glad that you asked. I wasn't going to take a share anyway.
It was, I see, we have tests too. Yeah.
He does not laugh at that. Doesn't even seem like he wants to. No, not at all.
This man just... Can I like... I don't have insight.
I mean, I could try if you allow me another insight.
Like, so this guy doesn't care. He doesn't know anything, but he has visions. Is there a way to like see if something, like, obviously something feels off, but is there any kind of way that we can maybe look and see if like we can tell that like there's definitely something going on? Or
insight would let you know when he's kind of being cagey or not letting on. And I would just give you what you would feel from that, Meritt, about this conversation and like points about it. So if you want to
Will you let me do another check?
Yeah, definitely. This is a different thing because you're trying to figure out something different.
And I think Meritt wants to kind of get a sense of whether or not he really doesn't care, or if he is just putting on a front of not caring. Because like she's used to prickly enough people. Like, there's a difference between somebody who really is just like truly just does not give a crap. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. And I mean that's around the 9. Okay.
It's not great, but
it's not great, but it's not horrible. You can definitely tell that the gruffness, once you came out of whatever that was, he completely changed. He was much softer. It's kind of hard to perceive, but you can tell that changed. Whether or not he's lying at any given time, you just didn't get enough. But maybe over time, if you want to do time, I mean, it's up to you if you want to even associate with this man.
That was my other question. Suddenly interrupting whatever's going on.
Yeah. As you see Meritt kind of go,
Meritt's thinking really hard right now. Like her little face, you can't see it because of her beard.
Yeah.
But like her eyes and her like brow that you can kind of see like under the helmet and above. You're like,
the yellow of the eye just gets slightly.
We hear those gears like. What are you good for? And that sounds mean, but what I mean is, what can you do?
He says, I don't know what you saw. I am trained in martial arts, he says. I've studied to blade. No, he doesn't say that. And he says that he's better off on the front lines. This is why you need someone to watch his back. He's well-versed in defense, so he can handle himself, but he would like someone to watch his back, and this is why he's bringing you here.
Okay, all right. And then I turn abruptly to the other two. I don't actually know what you guys can do either.
Right. And when you say that, One Eye says, I figured we'd figure it out. Or you'd die.
I mean, that seems fair.
That insight definitely seems like a joke.
This all seems horrible.
I'm still looking at the other two like, what can you do?
I just
like, I'm not saying
sigh.
anything, but I'm just looking.
I just let out a very obvious like, oh my god, sigh.
Yeah. Don't answer.
Meritt goes, oh, I'm good. I mean, to be obvious, I'm good at protecting. I'm good at hitting things as well. That's why I have this. And she like points to the hammer on her back.
Yeah.
She's like, but I can also make fine brew. I can lift decently heavy objects. I can take a good beating.
Yeah, one eye goes at that. That's the only thing he actually paid attention to. It's just like, oh, okay, cool.
So I do my little okay, nod, yeah, all right, and then I look abruptly at Aiden, who hasn't said anything. Like, okay, what's up?
I just keep it short and say that I am a well-educated man who has self-taught himself the spear.
Okay, I know some magic.
And how to write fancy.
Yes. But that's not going to help us if we get attacked, is it? So we should, I do agree with Aiden that we should probably go as soon as possible so that the guy we're supposed to save doesn't drown. But we need to be a little bit more prepared, I think. So should we get potions or something?
I ask Zumie what type of magics she knows.
Mostly things to hurt other things.
Okay, so no healing magics. Yeah. Okay.
One Eye says, I mean, I have potions.
Oh, then you are useful.
And you're willing to supply us with them for the mission?
Yes, of course. And
Good.
I don't want to die down there.
Well, maybe
Agreed.
Well, at least we finally found common ground. He says, at least we finally found common ground. Can we go now?
Yeah.
Are we going right now?
I thought that's what you wanted.
I say very well, but I need a minute to go get my gear because we're just walking around the Crystarium. I'm not quite ready yet, so I just go and I just get my stuff.
Yeah.
So as he's walking away, I start bothering One Eye again. Like, so did you make the potions? Like, you made your tea?
There it is.
I have no knowledge of that. Yes, you have to get geared up.
I had to get geared up. I'm ready to go.
He says, no, I have no skills in healing poultices or anything. I just bought them from Spagirix.
So the alchemy stuff is literally just for your tea?
Just? He seems perplexed.
No, I get it. You need good equipment if you're going to make a fine brew. Doesn't matter whether with herbs or hops or whatever it is. I admire that.
He nods. He's
she
like,
nods
yeah.
back.
Respect. But yeah, you guys would go and get geared up. And then he says that you should meet at the boat launch by the top of the next hour, which is pretty close. So you hurry off and get your stuff.
Just look back at Fusion. Very serious face. Chicken hat.
I love it. I can't look at
I'm ready to go.
Like it's
I mean,
just
honestly,
outside of eyesight.
I am just so grateful that we are doing this because one, I love D&D, but two, I never imagined I'd get to see Fusion in like a Burger King style dragoon hat. And like now I feel as if I truly can start living. I just feel
I
like
mean,
I'm
look,
ready.
I get one of these at like every PAX. I never thought I'd actually wear one. I've had this one for a while. Where is it? It said Heavens wear it on one of these sides.
Yeah.
Is it over here? Yeah.
There it is, yeah.
I've had this one for a little while. Yeah.
True inspiration.
Ready.
Truly.
How does
My
the
scale
observer
mail is
look
legit.
on this scene?
I would
Observer
put
frame.
closer to the boat.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool.
That's good enough.
All right, so you meet back up at the boat launch in the Horatorium. As you enter the Horatorium, if you are
Because
unfamiliar,
I'm 12 every time you say Horatorium.
I know. I mean, come on. That's why I laugh. But as you come in, if you're not familiar with it, the first thing that you're immediately hit with is the freshest air in the Crystarium. It's just so crisp. Even though there's water in here, it really doesn't make any sense. It must be the plants. But it's definitely not as damp and kind of just grungy, especially as the Cabinet of Curiosity. But as you come in, surprisingly, it's very busy even at around 10 p.m., 11 p.m. at night. So as you get there, you see One Eye at the far boat launch. You can see it towards the right there. And what he has with him, he has a small backpack. It must be whatever other gear that he needs. And he is now openly wearing the katana and looks to be ready to go. You also notice that not only is the guard cut in half, but the little kind of forearm armor is damaged as well on that same arm. So, at the boat launch, thankfully, you have a map. You have stymied me a little bit. That's a win for the players. Because without the map, it would have been harder to navigate down here. So that was a good idea. And because of that, and I think it was mostly all of you who thought about it, I'm going to give you all inspiration. So we're going to talk about inspiration in D&D real quick. So what that is basically a DM token that I can give to you. Of course, we're not in real life, so it's going to be digital. But I give it to you, you have it, and you can spend it at any time on any 20-sided die roll to get advantage. So I give those out for good RP or good ideas and things like that. So I will give you all inspiration, and what that'll do is when you want to, you can tell me before you roll, and we'll switch it over to advantage, and you roll. That's it.
Okay.
But you all shall have it.
I love that we all get inspiration. I mean, you two were doing great with the looking up in books and using your book smarts to do stuff, and I was really helping and supporting emotionally by drinking my alcohol in the corner. And I feel very good about the contribution that I've sort of put into this.
You were like, "Hey, I need to know about your book," and I showed you the map, so
yeah.
You were involved.
Well, you guys all came together and said, "I'm just gonna go and get the information." You didn't
I
have
added
to.
the map. Says
it's a great
Crystarium
map.
Waterway map.
It's beautiful.
That is a great map. It looks like we're coming up on 2 hours. I don't. It depends on you guys. We can.
I'm good for another hour if you guys are.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
we should probably get into it a little bit. Yeah.
I can do another hour. Yeah.
I mean, I love just RP sessions, but
I mean, yeah, I live for RP sesh, but
yeah. So, as you get into the boat, One Eye says that he could pilot it unless one of you knows any better.
Don't I?
Yes, you definitely would.
No, I got this.
Meritt very awkwardly gets into the boat. It is not graceful. It is really the opposite, I would say, where she kind of sticks one leg over, but she's very tentative to leave the land. And then kind of more so than getting into the boat, sort of tumbles into it.
And as you tumble into it, the boat noticeably lowers more than it should do for someone of your size. It's just the density, right? It's got to be the bones or something. Maybe the
bones.
Which rocks the boat a little. And I'll just roll with your insight because you're trained in it, and I'll use it until
rock the boat, Meritt, rock the boat.
You can notice that One Eye, cool, calm, collected One Eye, kind of grabs the side when the boat sloshes a bit, just for a sec. Just for a split second.
I look at Meritt and I look at One Eye and I go, "Is everybody okay here?"
Fine. I love boats. I love getting into them. I love riding in them. He loves it. You can tell as much about his face.
Just kind of, he tries to look away. He's just looking away. Just, preoccupied with something over there in the stonework, It's just, sometimes you just have to take a look.
cheerfully looking over the
vessel.
various nautical shit that we need. Like, these oars are fine. Oh, this rope is good, etc.
Yeah. She seems very well versed in boat operation.
Boat.
Yes, boat operation.
Operating boats.
Yes. For a long time, that skill was just called drive, and so many times you go, am I?
Driving a boat.
Could I drive anything? I guess so.
I mean, I'm
So, yeah.
really good at driving a horse.
Yeah,
The
you
only
are.
limits are your imagination as to what you can drive.
Mhm. I mean, if you were, I don't know, on someone else's shoulders and you were pulling their ears to tell them which go, you're driving a person.
Like
I would
something
argue.
that theoretically could happen in the future with Meritt. Like, I would say that in that case, she would be driving.
I mean, that seems difficult though, depending on what it is with the weight and the density of your bones.
Does have to be
Yeah.
someone strong. Does
Yeah,
have to
it
be
does.
someone up to the task.
It's a lot of bone density going on here.
Not
You
it.
need you need your Raubon is what you need.
Yeah, I need
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
Raubon. If you could put some sort of Raubon NPC in, that'd be really good. I will be like the opposite of Nanamo. If
Yeah,
Nanamo
he
were
will sit
like
on your shoulder.
drunk always and very belligerent.
Yeah, maybe he will.
I love
sit on
that
your-
image.
Yeah, that's great. Actually.
This Nanamo. I'm Sultana.
Hey, it is a reflection, you know. It's fine.
Meritt is actually just the first version of Nanamo.
Yeah, by
I'll
the
need to
end, it's
confirm that.
revealed that she's secretly the descendant of Sultan,
Yeah.
and she's gonna return to rule.
I'm here for
So
it.
amazing. So, you guys, armed with a map, start your way down the waterway. So, what I'm going to do is
I'm
if
Very
Mhm.
quietly humming "Row, row, row your boat."
Meritt joins in, but she's horribly off tune.
Who's
Again,
actually
I
rowing?
just think to myself,
one
oh
eye
my
would be.
Okay.
Yeah, one eye is rowing, and you could you're just if you glance back at him, he is trying so hard to figure out a way to not hear it. But with both of his hands occupied, he's just like he kind of leans one way, kind of leans back to get away from it. Just
He
rows.
needs like a pair of socks.
Yeah, he has to put them over his leg. Yeah.
Just takes off his boots and just puts his socks on his ears.
So what you should have, each one of you, if you look at the bottom left, there is a very MMO-like hotbar, as we are used to. If you open that little folder icon on the left, you'll probably see, you should see, a little macro that says roll off.
Mhm.
And you just drag that down there to the bar, and then you can click that in a bit when I ask you to.
Okay.
So it's just a straight up D20 roll, but I wanted it to be easy so you don't have to type R1 D20.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm gonna as we play more, we're gonna streamline it. We're gonna get more of these macros in. This is
And
the
we'll
first
know
time.
how to do things.
Yes, exactly. Just wait till
What's
combat.
a dice? What is what? How does this? Okay.
I believe
Yeah.
in both of you. You're new to D&D, but you learn fast.
Have to
You got
have to roll dice to know what a beetle is. All right.
Well,
Makes
I
sense
mean,
to me.
specifically that beetle, you know, like yeah, totally.
Specifically that
Just
beetle.
actual
Other beetles you have to do a spinny wheel.
Uh-huh.
But
Now,
that beetle
sometimes-
it's dice. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes we flip a coin, you know. It's a D2.
It really depends on the type of insect. There's so many.
Yeah, it's according to the number of legs. But as you are rowing along, what I will need from each of you is a single D20 roll. This is whether or not you get into an encounter. So there's a specific percentage that I'm looking for. And if you don't, you can go. So you just roll that D20. Safe. Hey,
Wow.
Oh, good.
All right.
that's awesome.
Again with
One
the
eye's turn.
11s, I'm bringing them back.
Oh.
Yeah, doesn't matter. You're going along fine. You do notice as you're going through the waterways, you do notice, especially you, Zumie, that the fish are a little bit abnormally large. He was right. That is a little weird.
So I inform everybody.
Oh,
and they're like, okay, weirdo cat.
And I look over, like, is she discerning this by just looking, because it's probably dark, or is she like smacking them with the oars?
She's not rowing. One eye is rowing. She's just looking into the water.
I mean, she also has dark vision as a cat. Yeah. So, you know, with your special cat eyes.
Yeah. With your special eyes.
But I probably say it like really excitedly, like, holy cow, look how big these fish are!
And One Eye would say, I guess that's why they eat so well in the Crystarium. Dripping with a little bit of venom.
You mad, bro?
I just kind of shrug it off, and I just kind of ignore it. I'm like, this fucking guy.
But, you know, unless this century terms.
Right? Yeah, basically. As you're going along, Zumie, you are the first to notice with your special eyes, and the fact that you're kind of piloting the boat. You notice a capsized small vessel, not unlike your own, further down along the waterway. Looking at the map, it's about 3/4 of the way to the branch to go off to the storage rooms.
I let them know whatever side it's on and sort of...
It's on the right side, yeah.
Send us the other direction. Guys, there's a boat just like ours up there. It's probably that guy's boat.
Can we, like, flip it over and see if there's anything, like, in it?
Yeah, certainly. Is that what you guys want to do? I mean, it's fine by me. Cool.
We should investigate.
Poke it first.
Poke it first. You say that out loud.
Yeah. Tap it.
One Eye has the oars, I mean, because he was pushing us along. And he seems interested as well. He didn't grumble. So, you get closer to the boat, and you notice that doesn't seem like it's damaged, really, in any way, at least on the bottom. It's definitely not sinking, so that's a good sign. So One Eye kind of pokes it a little with one of the oars. So it's a very vigorous poke. So it moves about 5 or so feet away and kind of drifts a little bit. But there's nothing immediately under there as it moved to the right.
Does it seem like, I mean, I can roll a check, but does it seem like the boat has been damaged? Are there, like, claw marks on it? Is there anything that would indicate what might have, like, caused it to capsize, or somebody, like, is there a landing next to it? The person might have gotten out of it.
Was there, like, another dwarf that tried to get into the boat? Was there foul play?
Just capsized it, you know? Just a little bit too much to one side.
Meritt is trying very hard to, like, keep herself, like, right in the middle of the boat. Yeah. But she gets, like, a little excited as they get up close to it, and she kind of, like, lunges towards the side, like, what is it? What is going on with it?
How?
And that's why the boat's more vigorous.
How well lit is the tunnel?
The tunnel has dim light. So if you didn't have dark vision, you could only see about 30 feet, maybe 60 feet away from you. You have clothes within 5 feet now.
Okay.
But
and you push it about 5 feet.
So we're not seeing anything nearby that looks dangerous.
No.
Do you want me to roll an investigation check or something specifically, or?
Yeah, whoever has investigation trained can. But Aiden, you're gonna ask a question.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I do have some torches.
Oh sure, yeah.
If that would help us see a little bit better.
It definitely would help you see better. So we'll just use one torch that you have. I'll do it. You don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can extinguish it and turn it back on. It's fine.
Okay.
I don't really micromanage torches. Like, why would I do that?
Okay. I also do have investigation as well.
Yes. All right. Investigate, my friend.
Please don't be a 1. Please don't be a 1. Please don't be a 1. Son of a...
Well, it's a 3. I don't know why. That's fine, though.
I think we need to change our dice colors.
Did we not do the appropriate blood sacrifices before the session today? I thought for sure we all had done them.
If it was in person and we had real dice, those dice would be going into the freezer right now. Definitely.
Yes, they would.
Not the microwave. We like to be safe here. Freezer's safer. Don't ask me how I know. Moving right along. your investigation skill check. I mean, it's good enough to glean some information. So as you're looking at the bottom of the boat, it's definitely not damaged. As you look below the waterline now, since it's kind of flipped over, you can see that there seems to be some damage on the side and maybe the interior. You're going to have to flip it over to really see. But yeah, there are some, at least what to you and your trained eye, at least in Arcana and history, some sort of claw mark. I don't know, there's more nature stuff there. Some sort of beast, maybe.
Oh, yeah? Can I figure it out?
Yeah, one eye. Well, you can relay that however you'd like, Aiden. Just like how I say it, it's fine.
Yeah,
You're
just
like, yeah, what
it
he
looks
said.
like there's some claw marks on the side over there. It looks like they may go into the inside of the boat, but it's hard to tell because it's still flipped over.
Okay,
Do you have
well,
my character notes sheet somewhere?
I do.
I thought
what's
I
up?
had nature on it, but I don't
You
on
may.
this thingy.
You probably do.
Yeah, I think I remember you picking that because you were knowledgeable on beasts and things like that from studying them.
Oh,
With
yeah.
magic.
So I do have it.
Animal handling, survival, history, arcana, perception. I think one of those was a question, and
I
you
see.
didn't want it. Was it survival?
No, anything that I put on mine wasn't a question.
Okay, so yeah, what I see on it is animal handling, survival, history, arcana, perception, and perception is free from Keeper of the Moon.
Okay, so I don't have nature.
You do not, but we can
Okay.
fix that because you probably should.
Okay.
I mean, we can switch survival and nature
Okay.
because they're basic. They're very similar. So yeah, we'll switch survival and nature, and I'll do that for you. Because I remember you talking about nature, and maybe we just wrote down the options and then didn't pick the one. Maybe because that was a little bit ago. But I can fix that real quick. One moment. That's not you. That's Meritt. Meritt, would you like to know about nature?
I'd love to know so much about nature. I love nature. I have been
So that
in
you
it
can
a few
find
times.
hops anywhere.
Yeah.
So you've been there a few times. Is that?
Yeah,
I've been to nature a few times in my life. And while I was there,
It was okay.
it was not that exciting.
You should have it now.
There's
So
like
if
a
you were to click
giant
on
glare
nature,
on the front of this.
Right.
Yeah.
Click on nature.
and
Wow.
wow, what are these? Well, that's fine.
Cursed.
I mean, over 5 is some information. Of course, higher would be even more, but that's
We don't know
That's okay.
shit.
You don't know anything.
It's
No.
dark. It's in the middle of the
Too
night.
dark.
One eye is really annoying.
What's
I have a
really
torch.
terrible
I have
is
a
that the-
torch. It's not dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You do
The
have a torch.
roll
I
for that
used a
dice was like
torch
5. Kidding, it's 3.
Yeah. He's like, I have torches because I am a human, and I need to see. I get it because I think I don't know if dwarves have dark vision. They might. I don't think that they
I
gave
don't
them.
remember.
I don't think that they-
We get a constitution and a poison resist.
Yeah, that's what it is. You know, but
Question? You said?
Question though,
Yeah.
right? For that perception roll, that was awful.
mhm.
Would that perception get an advantage because of the torch?
Not. It basically brings you out of brings you out of disadvantage for far away stuff because you have a torch.
Okay.
I would say.
Okay.
But in the future, and I don't know, this is just my advice, not DM advice, just as a 5th edition player. You could use inspiration on a skill check, but it's probably not that worth it.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably
Leave it
not
the way you're gonna die.
basically. Or when you
Um,
really want to hurt something.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I rolled for nature to see what the thing was, but I didn't do a perception roll. Could I do that, or is that just pushing it?
No, you don't have to roll a perception because you can see perfectly. Like, perception is to see it, and then nature is to understand it, like
Okay.
to contextualize what you saw. So you saw
Got
the
it.
claw, and as you're looking at it, it looks to be what you'd assume to be some sort of cat, maybe, just by the claw mark. It's not some sort of canine. It's definitely more cat-like.
The catfish.
Yeah. It
I
is.
was just gonna say catfish.
Yeah, totally. And One Eye is gonna try and uncapsize it with the oars. He does ask for help from Meritt if you could.
Yeah, Meritt
Try,
will help out.
You're gonna try and flip this thing over. As you come over and the boat sloshes a bit,
And the boat
he's like,
sloshes.
he stands back to the other side and he's just reaching really far with the oar to try and balance it out.
This guy is an idiot. He's like, all right, let's flip the boat. It'll be me and like the shortest person of the party instead of like the dude with the glaive.
I'm
Smart.
sorry. Meritt
So
is small
smart.
but mighty. She can flip that boat. She just has to be able to reach
Assuming
it.
you don't flip us first.
Yeah. Well, he hands her the oar. You don't know if he wants you to help or not. You have a thing.
she
I stick my spear out and I'm like, all right, let's just these people.
So
man.
I'm just gonna sit on the opposite side of the boat, being a counterweight, I guess.
Yeah. So through your combined might and balance, you flip the boat over, and you could definitely tell that we're.
I do mention that it's it looks like kitty.
Yeah.
Meritt says, "Did any of those big fish have Ardianaux claws on them? Did they look like something mutated them, or?"
They're just maybe half again the size that they're supposed to be.
No, they're just really big.
Interesting.
Now, when you say cat, we mean like a feral, beastly cat, or do we mean like a mistell, like maybe this dude got into some lady trouble?
That's racist.
I don't appreciate it when people judge based off of appearances. Oh, unbelievable this one. Unbelievable
That is
this
what
one.
the Hume would do. That is what the Hume would do.
Wow. Now who's racist?
Right.
Stereotyping the Hume.
I could be that way. I'm the DM.
This was happening last week.
It doesn't
Yeah,
work the same
11.
way.
Wow, how plain of you.
Just-
Yeah. Don't worry, there'll be plenty enough for each of you to make fun of in each other. Especially once the first combat happens and someone does something real stupid.
Not in
and it'll
Meritt,
be
no.
amazing. It'll be
Meritt's a
amazing.
very
Not it.
serious character that's not mockable in the least.
But as you flip it over, you notice that the claw mark, there's more than one. It looks like, from what you could tell, with your investigation, we're going to roll with that as you flip it over. And knowing that it's some sort of cat, it looks like it landed in the boat, attacked whoever was in it. There is a small amount of blood.
Oh.
Not a lot.
So as soon as we discovered that it landed, I look up.
Right.
Did I need to roll
Good idea.
investigation again? Was that what we said?
No, we're rolling with that one, just because it's the same
Okay.
thing. You know, it's the same boat, basically.
Yeah.
Because you're not supposed to roll again for like an hour, which is restricted, way too restrictive for me, but it has to be
that
restricted
sounds
somehow
good.
or else you'll keep
Okay.
rolling, you know. But since it's the same boat, if you were then looking at, okay, well, let me look at the wall, you know what I mean? That would, or a different area.
Okay.
Yeah, so you see that, and what was it? You look up. Looking up, you just see kind of the fairly low, not very low, low compared to the Horatorium and most of the Crystarium ceiling, which is about maybe 35 feet up. There's nothing up there. With your dark vision, you can see the entire ceiling, you know, in your normal vision sphere. And there's nothing up there that you can tell from down here. If there are any marks, you'd have to get up there. But at least if it can't, like, if it's some sort of cat that can walk on walls, like, I don't know.
Does it seem like, okay, so like where the boat is,
Yes.
does it seem like it had likely been drifting down the waterway,
Yeah.
or is it like
It definitely was drifting even when you came up to it, very slowly. It seemed like whatever momentum started it is mostly gone, but now it's just being taken by the very faint current. Very faint. This water is glassy like most water in Norvrant. It just has a little bit of a flow from higher to lower, basically. So currently it's starting to go out towards the source, which is the lake, not the planet. So
when we were coming down the passage that like the boat would have been drifting in, did we pass any like passages, doorways, landings? Like, do we know based off of our map or anything, like, if there would have been a possibility of the person that was in the boat, like, getting out or, like, swimming or making it to, like, somewhere along that sort of route?
Not behind you, really. Behind you for at least 5 minutes, it's the waterway. It opens up kind of as you're getting to. You're about a minute or two row. Like, you can literally see where you would turn way off in the distance, and only Zumie dark vision. But you could literally see it from here. It's about 300 to 400 feet away from you.
Where,
So-
like, ahead of us, like, where
Yes, ahead of
the
you.
platform or, like, the next entrance would be?
Yeah, so you could go off to the right, which is what you assume that you have to do to get to
Okay.
the storage rooms. And that tracks with the information that you got from Feihan. Because he said, yeah, you go right, and then you do this, and then when you get to this gate...
And our map.
Yeah, exactly. So you have the verbal, and you also have, hey, there are storage rooms over here, so...
Well, Meritt's like, well, either he's on the bottom of the river, dying, dead, probably dead, drowned, most like, ripped apart, maybe, or he swam, assuming he could, or the cat went with him, not really keen on the whole cat's dropping from the ceiling to kill us at any time sort of deal, but, I mean, if he's not behind us, and he's not in the water, then he's probably ahead somewhere.
Well,
Could-
it's a fair
Could the
point.
boat have drifted this way?
Well, one, I would say it could. Maybe he got attacked before, maybe he swam. I mean, during high tide, the flow would be reversed. I'm not sure. I
Okay,
don't know
during
enough.
high tide, the flow would be reversed as a very important key piece of information again that
Well, it
we've
wouldn't
left
be
out.
much. He
Because
starts
if
to
he-
argue.
Well,
It
no,
wouldn't
because
be
if he was... Okay, well, listen. If it were going the other direction, and then the boat got brought down this way, we have to figure out which way he most likely would have ended up when he was attacked. Because then, if he got away, he'd be getting somewhere. I can't believe... Common sense.
He says, "Do I look like I?" He just lets it drop. Whatever.
I just go. I say, okay, look. We came down here. We were gonna check the storage rooms. Let's go check
Mhm.
the storage rooms. We'll keep an eye out as we go. I have a torch. I'm a Hume. I have a torch, and we'll
Yes.
we'll use that and look around a little bit as we go to the storage rooms, like we were originally going to do.
Mhm.
But carefully.
Don't worry, guys. It's totally safe down here.
I mean,
I mean, that's up to
Zumie
One
can-
Eye. He usually doesn't care. He could carelessly just row us there.
Yeah, I mean,
What
Could.
on One Eye? I don't. Whatever. Let's just go.
whatever. It's fine.
Meritt just starts cackling. She's very into the reenactment.
Oh, you said that in character. I love it.
Like, I don't care which way the water flows. Doesn't matter where that man went. Doesn't matter to me. Don't care about nothing.
As you say that, you spot on his face what would probably be the first real emotion that you saw, and it's a little flustered. It's a little flustered.
He does have feelings.
She laughs harder and like slaps him on the as close to the shoulder as she can reach, and hands her tankard to him and goes, "I'm just taking the piss." She like offers him the tankard.
You slap him on his very unsteady leg. He does not fall over, but he does stumble a bit. He does not take your alcohol, though.
Oh, I used to find brew, made it myself, but if you
And-
don't want to drink it,
He says, "Let's just get on with it. Let's get on with it."
Should we
Just
try
like-
and take this boat with us or just leave it?
I don't
Why
see why
would we
not.
need another boat?
You never know.
He says, "We could
I
tow it."
can't
I guess.
say in my entire life I've ever thought to myself, "Oh, if only I'd brought that other boat with me."
When I say this, I don't know if you recommend it. Obviously, you know something about boats somehow.
The other thing is, if we take this boat with blood in it with us, it might attract the beast.
Okay, let's not do that.
And I just look right at her. I'm like, right, because we want to attract the beast.
I would rather know where it is.
Well, I mean, if we attract it, we could kill it.
Yeah.
So there's
True.
that.
Or alternative plan, we just avoid encountering it altogether.
Oh, that seems like the most boring plan, doesn't it? I mean, if we're thinking about, like,
But
I'd love to just...
it's the plan that keeps us most alive.
We can leave it, but if this boat has something terrible happen to it later, I'm going to silently think I told you so.
But
Okay.
it'll be silent.
Yeah.
One ass.
It's
That
not
sounds
very
like-
nice to rub it in your face, but you know.
Look, if you're so worried about it, we got into this boat. You said there was a rope.
Yeah, we can.
Rope. Why don't
definitely.
you just rope the boat?
When I said,
Boat on a rope.
yeah, when I says if that is a sounder plan, I'll go along with it. We could also cut the boat free. You could see the visible, like, I don't understand if it would be after the.
This boat.
No, he's like, if it attacked, would it go for the blood first? He is woefully unknowledgeable about any sort of animal. You can tell.
I say, look,
It's like,
okay.
are they just after blood or what?
Here's what we're gonna do. I look at Zumie. I'm like, all right, take the rope. Let's lasso that boat up.
Mhm.
We'll drag it behind us. If it's drawn to it for some reason, it'll go after that boat and not us.
I think it'd go after us.
Alternatively,
far more
these boats. These are wooden boats,
Wooden boat.
right?
Mhm.
Which are flammable. And I
Uh-huh.
don't know if you know this, but I'm a human. I have a torch.
Mm.
So if by some miracle this thing just happens to be attracted by this little drop of blood on this boat, we can just torch the whole damn thing and be done with it.
I'd like to petition for your new catchphrase to be, I'm a human, I have a torch. The solution to every problem, just like, I don't know if you know.
I mean, look, it's convenient. It's been helping us so far. I don't see why the real hero of this journey will be the torch.
It'll be fire. You know, it's like Fern Gully, right? Humans come in
It's
fire.
like
It's good.
Fern Gully. That's a reference.
Fire
Wow.
was not the
I
hero
know.
in the movie
I know.
Fern Gully.
Oh my
So,
I just thought it.
no, not at all.
No.
So, according to this map, how close are we to where
Mhm.
we're aiming to go?
You would guess maybe 10 minutes by boat. You're going to take this turn and you're going to go for about 5 or so minutes, and then you're going to have to figure out which storage room to go into. You know, you probably just search each one of them until you find something, so it doesn't really matter. But they're not sufficiently far enough away from each other. But you do know that you'll have to get out of the boat and kind of travel by some hallways to get to the storage area.
Okay. So, I go ahead and tie the second boat off to the back,
Cool.
and I guess we continue.
One Eye has no objection. So now you have 2 boats. Now there are 2 of them. And you continue along, unharassed, until you get to the opening of the first storage area. So for that, I'm gonna need to set some stuff up for a sec. Mostly just dragging things.
When we land, I have a
Mhm.
spell I want to cast.
Okay.
And I want it to stay a secret for now.
Yeah, you can
So-
send that to me either Discord or you can try and.
I'm just gonna tell you, it's the one that's not fish spit in my level
Okay,
1
well
spells.
that works too.
Okay.
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 Mhm.
Fish speed is
All right.
bad. Okay, we're gonna use the other one.
So, I just need to make sure you all have vision.
You guys
and
know
such.
I had to have a fish spit.
Oh, well,
I
of
mean,
course.
obviously.
Oh,
it would be
That's the most
disappointed,
important.
yes, that's of course.
clearly.
Kind of
It's the
question
best
is that?
one.
It is the best one.
Okay, cool. So, all I should need to do is activate it.
Ooh.
And what can you see?
fancy. I can see the group. And
Just
a
really
little
dark.
bit ahead of us.
Yeah, it's really dark in here. So you
There's
know
like
what
a
would be
tiny
nice
wooden bridge.
would be the torch that you have.
It's a torch.
Let's,
It's cool
let's
that
leave
it
this on for-
adjusts with where the walls are.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
Yay.
I love that.
Yeah. You have to draw the walls in, but it's super quick. It's pretty nice. So I just put in your marching order. It would really be One Eye would not let you go first. Not even. He would at least be
So-
beside you.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
are they on the boat or are they just in the water?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I guess it'd be yeah.
Yep.
Well, Mary didn't get out of the boat quite right,
Well, this
Meritt
water,
just sinks straight down to the
and
bottom.
she's gone.
this water is very low. You left the boat a little ways behind you, and this is just the entryway into the storage area.
Okay.
Meritt's
so-
trying her hardest again to like
technical-
match.
hmm
Technical question: is this light from my torch?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I knew that was
Yep.
a thing. I just wanted to. Cool.
Yep,
Alright.
that is your light. If I were to move you here, you see how it changes.
Oh, that's so good.
So
Oh, move
damn
him around
fancy.
some more.
That's why I have it paused, because I knew, right?
Okay.
And I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
want you guys to just start running around like crazy. Because you
Well, no,
will.
we would walk at a leisurely pace. That's
never.
just crazy.
I don't believe you.
Meritt's trying very hard to keep pace with One Eye.
Yeah.
she is stomping.
Yeah,
'Cause that's her way that she does it. But she's
Yeah.
trying very hard to just like keep that front rank held down with him.
Okay, so as you get out of the boat and get to hear One Eye says, and he suddenly gets very serious, and starts using like hand language, what you could assume. And he says, "Okay, who's first? Can you see in the dark?" And kind of points at Zumie.
Yeah.
Okay. That torch. I don't. If there are cats in here, big cats, corals? He's like, I don't know. If they're in here, they're gonna see our light.
Hmm.
How do we want to do this? Basically, what's our marching order?
I mean, if we don't have the light, would we all just like gonna grab onto each other and just like walk in a straight line behind the mistel? Like, we need to be able to see.
Well, he's just saying that maybe you should just stay behind. I don't know. I mean, it reaches far enough.
If it's gonna be on at all, there's not a whole reason to bother with a marching order, right?
I mean, that's true. He kind of, you can see him start to calm down a little bit. You felt a little anxious energy from him for some reason.
Meritt's like, if they come at me, I'm gonna stop them.
All right, that's a plan then. So,
Solid.
all right, well then we're just gonna go forward. So the marching order is probably Meritt and One Eye, right?
Yeah. Meritt's gonna look at One Eye. Do you think she notices that he's nervous?
Oh, definitely.
Okay. She's looking at she'd be like, You all right? I'll go in the front if you want me to go.
He kind of looks over at you and he says, "This is fine. You're on that side. I'm on that side. I see that we can cross over there."
Okay.
I just learned that I could zoom in and out on this map.
Oh yes, it's beautiful. I can even
It's very good.
make you come here. It's super cool. Once again, we're gonna learn together exactly how easy this is. So from each one of your views, because I can't look at them unfortunately, what do you see?
There's a
What-
turn in one of the hallways, to the left. Yeah,
Right
there.
here. Okay, cool. So
Is mine set up to know that I can see farther or not?
I think it is. I will double check though. Vision.
No.
Oh no, it is not. Blah blah blah. Dim vision 120. Do you have different than? You do have different than what they have. You have dim vision. So let me
Okay, so I
see.
can see an extra ring.
Yeah, you can see much further than them.
That's
So
So
interesting.
I see a little bit of a light off in the distance.
Yeah,
I
that's what
don't.
I'm. You're not. Oh, I think
Is it
it's
supposed
the
to be
when I
there?
click on you. Yeah, when I click on you, there's a little bit. There's like a. Do you see?
It's yeah, right there where you are. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Oh,
right
okay.
there.
Yeah, I
Okay.
just couldn't. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, you should see, and you also see a little bit more than what they see. Between there is completely black for them. That's the
Okay.
difference. You have dim vision,
Got
so
it.
it'll be a little hard to see, but you do have the full vision. So if there was something in between the darkness, you would see it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
So
I do see that. That's cool.
cool.
I
I'm
just
just making.
again needed to scroll out further.
I see that. I see that, and I kind of point it out. I'm like, hey, there's a light over there. We should probably go down that way and see what's
Yep.
what's up.
Okay, one eye.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
no, he said
Oh,
we
okay.
should see what's up. So I said, "What's up?"
Yeah. So one eye says, once you say that there's a light, he says, "Yeah, I see that too." Slowly, quietly, and he starts to move forward. So here's where we do stealth checks, my friend.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, as all the people who have no stealth.
I was not
More
made for
dice
that.
rolls. There's no way this will end horribly.
Oh yeah, it's fine. You know, one eye will go first. Yeah, it's about. What do you got?
Okay. Stealth, you said?
Yeah.
So what do we-
Hey.
And I
Wow.
have the torch. They'll never
Even if
see
we
me
don't have
coming.
stealth, we click stealth question mark.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can do that untrained. You're just
Huh.
trying to be a little stealthy. Okay, that's not horrible. Hey, look, you're all
Again,
over.
this is just stereotyping. I'm just a hume. I'm invisible to everybody. I'm just
No,
We're
you're
using a website called what? Forge?
Foundry.
Foundry.
So the application is called Foundry Virtual Tabletop, and I'm hosting it on a hosting service called the Forge for Foundry. But yeah, so this is Foundry Virtual Tabletop. It's a lot like Roll20, but it's completely open source, and you can actually host it at home if you wanted to. Like, you don't have to go to a website. That's one of the reasons why I was looking for hosting, because otherwise you connect by IP and you guys would just be typing my IP in, and I'm sure there's no shenanigans over the internet that anyone can get into.
oh no, nothing bad would happen with that at all.
No.
No.
Window capture, IP address. Yeah.
Yeah,
everything's
exactly.
fine. Everything's fine.
That's why I'm not doing that.
You just bought 5 new TVs.
See, exactly. I'm just being a little paranoid about that. But yes, it's called Foundry Virtual Tabletop. It actually came out of early access, I don't know, in June. I've been looking at it since then.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna, once I pick the right thing, it's because I'm holding control. Just slowly move forward with your stealth checks. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yo.
Oh, look at that. You let me know when you would like to stop.
Oh.
So I'm just going to go slowly. We're going to slow
Um,
roll.
I guess stop for a second.
Sure.
I guess I'll try and hands motion to the
Sure.
fact that there are at least maybe 2, maybe 3 hallways on the left.
Yeah, you could do like over there. I just love seeing, like, I could see it in my mind's eye, your Keeper of the Moon doing that.
You're like,
All right,
kind of
so
like,
Yeah.
what?
People
when
are
I
like,
when I tries to gesture, I'm,
Mhm.
and he points to the left side. So
thumbs up.
Oh boy.
yeah, that's interesting. When I will cross over here,
Okay.
or at least start to. Slow rolling.
Ooh.
Oh my. What's that over there?
Yeah, can everybody else see that or just me?
I don't
Just
see
you.
anything.
I think people can.
I just see the
Really?
halls or like the.
Yeah, they
Passageway.
can't see your view.
Can I actually see that?
Yes, you actually can.
Oh.
Let me zoom in.
Shit's about to
Let me
go
zoom me
down.
in.
Ah.
Oh.
I get it.
So I just throw my arms up because certainly people will look when I do that.
Meritt,
Yeah,
stop.
yeah.
I point down the hallway like.
One eye stops on the plank that he's on, like balancing, like.
So I'm like, I point to Aiden. Sure, but like Hume, but like I don't say it, but I'm like,
Aiden's in the hole.
So I go, okay, so she wants me to go left at this this fork.
No, don't
And
move.
so I move forward a little bit and
You can share. Yeah.
okay,
go around the corner.
yeah,
This is what you see when you get here.
yeah. Okay, so he can see it now. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta zoom out. Oh. Okay, so I see a figure off in the can I make out like what this is, who he is,
Sure.
or what it?
Definitely. So you see a Hume kind
Okay.
of standing, and funny enough, the observer can see it too. Ha. If we make sure,
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab you all, but you can move after that.
Yeah.
There you go. So you see a Hume, definitely armed.
Aiden.
An Aiden. Definitely armed. We're just gonna change the word, so we won't say fear. We'll just say an Aiden.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't. A gaggle of Aidens? I don't know.
Yeah, a gaggle
we'll
of them.
find an assembly. I like alliteration. Anyway, so you see a human who's armed, who has a very small torch on them. It looks to be like it's only shedding some dim light over there.
Is he armed and standing or armed on his face? Very looks like he's on his face, but that could just be me not being able to see very well.
Yeah, he is facing towards your general area, but it doesn't look like he has a good vantage point to you, or at least he hasn't noticed the light coming from your torch.
Okay.
But this is where we get to the decision point. Do you want to try and sneak by? See what's further down the hallway?
I mean, that
You
could
wanna
be
rush him?
Orin. That could be Orin, right?
It could be. I
You
mean,
didn't
this
ask
person
what Orin
definitely
was.
armed. That's true. Fehan told you that it was a Hume and they were blonde. This token is not, of course, 100% representative. It's kind of hard to make out from back there, especially if you're just using dark vision, because like that kind of mutes colors. But you're not quite sure. They definitely are armed, and they definitely are bored looking.
That's suspicious.
Right.
I turn around. I'm just like real quiet. I'm like, is that the guy?
One eye cannot see it, so he's just gonna try and and he kind of just motions at you like, I'm gonna be, and he kind of very awkwardly gets very close to you. Just he wants to just peek around the
Hello
corner.
to you too, sir.
Meritt
he's
is
so
like
surprised.
behind both of them, like partway between their legs, trying to like peer down the hallway.
What I'm
I
seeing
wanna
right
see.
now is like One Eye, who I did not explain this, but now you would definitely notice. He's 6'5", 6'7" ish. He's a very tall individual, trying to cram in with Aiden, and then with Meritt kind of peeking around the legs, and Zumie is back going, yeah, I can see that off in the distance. Why are you guys over there? So he comes over, he peeks in, and he moved back to the plank. And Meritt, since you moved over, you can see that as well. That's what they're
I
seeing.
see.
Right, exactly.
This person has a weapon and they look
Definitely.
bored. That's what you said?
Yes. That's what you can definitely tell from this distance.
Suspicious.
Suspicious.
Do you mind if I roll a wisdom check?
I do not mind at all.
All right,
Hey.
we're fine. We're good.
Okay.
You actually
good.
contributing
That's a
positively
good-
I was, my thought was like, whether or not Meritt would give in to her impulse of like,
Yes.
that's the person we're supposed, or if she would be like, that's suspicious, that's sus right there.
No.
Orange is sus, or like what she would say exactly. So we're good.
So
Okay.
again,
I'm
Getting
guessing
So
everybody's
I
correct.
looked down at Meritt, and I just like, again, real quiet. I'm like, so what do you think?
Oh, suspicious as hell right there.
well, if everybody's talking,
No, we're being quiet.
We're being
No, I
quiet.
mean,
We're next to
I'm
each
talking
other.
quietly. I've been not talking at all, just waving my arms around like a fool, right? So if everybody else is whispering, I'm gonna whisper.
Yeah, that's fine.
But you're further away.
I can't hear.
Well, one
I
eye
can't
comes
hear you.
over.
I can't hear you. What do you say?
Do you want to go over?
Dig. all
You digging? I'll dig.
right, so
No, she comes over.
Well, I think if you stay there, Aiden, you'll keep kind of the light nearby.
yeah, and
I
that's what
kind
I'm
of want to keep an eye on him.
like,
Well, I think yeah, that's fine. You can stay there because you are
I mean,
hidden.
I can
There's-
keep an eye on him.
That's true too. But-
Hmm.
There's not a lot of trust yet. You
But
know?
I don't. Yeah, right. I don't. You're a little like. Look at you. Look at what you're doing. I don't know if I want to trust that right now.
Yeah. Well, what I notice is this, and he's like, just leave him. What is it? He's like,
Alright.
just leave him. He'll be fine. What's up?
Nobody. So if that's the guy, he wouldn't be over there just chilling bored. He would be up as far out as he could get, waiting for somebody to get him.
Right.
That can't be our guy, right?
Oh yeah, I already established that's definitely not him. I
Right.
know what he's doing down here, but that's definitely not the man. Nor does he look like he got attacked by a cat, if I'm being real. Nor is he a cat. So
Mhm.
I'm not 100% sure about all the events, what happened here.
So
Wanna-
what do we want to do about this? Do we go confront him? If we do, I think we can use. I think there are multiple tunnels. We saw light in the second tunnel up there. Point. That's probably also him. So they probably both go through. Question mark.
Using.
pretty sure.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
Oh,
I was
no, it's
curious. With that wisdom roll, or if you want me to roll something else,
No, it's fine.
would my would Meritt's common sense say this person is dressed in a way that is
Yeah.
like recognizable to me, or like would be like, this is not a Crystarium guard versus like that person might be somebody that would shank me in a dark alley
They
kind
seem
of
to be
deal.
more like the person that would shank you in a dark alley. I mean, they are visibly armed, and it is drawn, so it's kind of either they're protecting themselves like from something maybe, or maybe they're just on alert, or they're guarding something maybe. Is what you
They
get
look-
from that wisdom,
They look
because they
bored.
look very bored. Yeah.
And is this the passageway to the supplies?
Mm-hmm. The
Okay.
supplies are the big supply room is to the north.
Okay.
I mean,
I think there's-
feel, why
ahead.
why would there be any threatening people down here if this is like storage that people are constantly going to? That feels a little
Yeah.
odd to
Feels
me.
odd. They're
that he would
stealing
be
supplies. It seems clear as day to me. You don't have nothing, so what do? Get yourself something.
but
And if
he's
there's
bored.
a-
You aren't bored if you're stealing stuff. You're bored if you're guarding something.
You're bored if you're guarding the people who are stealing stuff.
You have a
if you're
very strange
walking out-
outlook on life.
No, I mean, look, if you're thinking there's a bunch of different supplies in here, right? This is what I'm thinking. There's a bunch of different supplies in here. So it's going to take you a while to get boats and the like in and out. Maybe they're taking it out towards the lake. I'm just saying, is what I'm thinking in
One of
here.
is
She like
very-
tugs her beard.
unstealthily creeping forward while you guys are arguing. Very well, not very unstealthily.
You know, I just
He's
go.
about here before you notice him.
I see him,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I think it's probably okay. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like it's okay. I have an idea.
Okay.
I know how we can find out if this is the guy.
Okay.
And so I look around the corner. He's just kind of,
He's
bored
milling
guard. I
about.
just go, Orin! And then I duck back behind the corner. And then I motion over to the people on the other side and I go, did he look?
You are book smart, complete idiot.
I love it. Um,
Zumie actually does like a cartoon, like.
Perfection. So what happens at the noise, you hear from generally over here somewhere, a kind of confused, like, what? Somewhere over here. You don't hear any movement, but as you're peeking back around, you see that this guy has turned to face that area, and it looks like he's getting curious. He hasn't started to move yet. He's trying to, like, what's going on down there? He's kind of squinting towards you. But it doesn't seem like he's Orn.
Why have you done this?
So we hear a what?
A what
Right.
from this general area.
From down there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, we figured it out. That guy's not Orin. Orin's down there.
Yeah, after that, you also hear another distinct voice from this general area saying, quiet.
I think there's more than 2 people down here.
Oh, you think?
It's just a big,
Oh.
like.
Right. Although the person up at the north is getting interested by the moment, and he is now, if I can stop holding control,
Hide the torch! Hide the freaking torch!
walked into the kind of coming towards you. Yeah, if he gets any closer, he will definitely see the torch.
Okay, I'm gonna try something if you'll let me
Yeah.
try something.
Sure, if you'd
What
like.
are you doing? Hide the torch!
Meritt, before they can't see us yet, right?
Not yet.
As far
They're
as we can
just
tell.
out on the edge, yeah.
Okay,
They
Meritt's
can't really
gonna take her hammer off her back and like thunk it really loud on the stones to try and make like a really loud echoing noise, and then she's
Okay.
gonna bark out, "Crystarium God, put down your weapons and come out this moment, this very moment." And I'm gonna
Is
try an
that-
intimidation roll.
Yeah, do
There's
it.
no way this can end poorly.
Please don't be terrible like all the others.
Do
I
it.
beg.
Blow on your computer
Please.
screen. Blow on
Alright.
your computer screen. Whew.
Please, chat.
Nat
Send her
20.
some
Nat
energy.
20. Let's go.
Hey!
Hey!
Hey.
You did it. You did it.
So that is what happens. You could tell one eye is kind of stuck. Like, what are they doing? Kind of out in the open. And as you do that, you hear from this general area, "Wicked White," and also, "Hey, come help!" And you also hear, "Shut up, you!" And that is initiative.
Oh, we made it.
We made it.
All right.
But did
Gonna make-
any of them pee themselves a little bit?
Uh,
Just like
yeah,
a little bit from fear, just a little.
definitely. Oh, you'll see.
Is there, like a roll for P? Like is that a
Roll to see if you wet yourself.
Oh
urine roll
boy,
for the enemy?
I had a nickel every time someone said roll to pee or roll to shit yourself. Man, I would be rich, man. Like seriously,
No.
it comes up much more often than you would think.
Yeah, I wouldn't think at all.
I would think never, except
Roll
for
to
everything I
scream.
just said.
Roll to stream.
Yeah, roll to scream. That has happened.
Oh, stream. I heard
yeah.
stream and thought it was another P roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I have started initiative.
Okay. So that's the roll off button, yeah.
No, this one is
No.
gonna be. Do you have a little fist icon in your top right?
I sure do.
Yeah.
What can you see on that?
Oh yeah, there's a roll initiative. Yeah,
There you go.
next to me. Yeah.
Oh.
There you go. You just roll that.
Oh.
Don't worry. I don't need to hide
Um,
anything.
There's a few dice.
There's a lot of dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to give you that. The DM is rolling a lot of dice anxiety. But not being in real life is kind of hard, but yeah, that works.
I don't know if you guys just saw that, but there were like more than
Oh.
3 guys worth of dice that just flew above our heads.
That's so meta.
This is why even when we're playing in like person, I just roll out in the open because I'm not in control of it. So yeah. Right after that yelling, Hey, look at that. It's highlighted on Zumie.
Well, that's
So it is
fancy.
You
your
might say
turn.
Zumie is a little fast.
A little fast. All right, so let's
Zumie.
think about what you'd like to do. So you've heard a Wicked White from over here as a recap. You see that guy. He's probably going to accelerate towards you soon. But you also heard a help from over in that same area.
Mhm.
So that's just a recap of how we got here.
Yes.
Why is one eye last? Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
So what would you like to do? So because we're in a D&D combat session, I will talk about turns and things like that. So on your turn...
Question, too, for that. I've noticed this whole time the game is paused. Is that because we're not
Yeah, I didn't want you to be
in
able
that
to
yet?
move.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
once
I assumed
it's
that.
your turn. Yeah.
Okay.
I can either move you or you can move yourself once it's unpaused, but it doesn't have anything to keep track of how far you've moved. That's something that I'm going to need to find in a module. It doesn't literally limit you to 30 feet, so that's why I'm like, so that you don't go or overshoot, you can kind of tell me where you'd like to go. One of the
Gotcha.
options on the left side of your screen is a little ruler when you're clicked on the person icon. And with that, you can measure where you want to go. And then you can kind of just hover over the square you want to go to. It's a little bit weird because I think during combat anyone could move, so it gets strained.
Okay.
But on your turn in combat, you have a bunch of options. More than we're going to go through right now. We're going to start with the simple combat. We're going to advance into other actions you can do on your turn, like defend and go prone and things like that. But in general, you can move. You can use an action. Now, an action is like casting spell, doing an attack, doing that dodge thing that I mentioned before, that sort of stuff. A bonus action. So some things are bonus actions, like going into the Dragoon trance or going berserk is a bonus action. So you could do that, move, and still attack in any order, right?
Rook's face just lights up when she hears the B
Yes.
word.
Yeah, the
Go berserk.
And so those are your options right now. And like little stuff like drawing your weapon doesn't really count. It's a miscellaneous action. You get one of those as well. So drawing a weapon, stowing a weapon, that's fine.
Mhm.
So knowing that, do you want to move?
What did I have to be first?
Yeah, I know. That's fine.
Do I want to move?
Yeah.
Uh.
And it's all right. This is going to be a slower combat to start. We know.
Yeah. I don't. I guess not yet. How
Okay.
far can I move?
30 feet.
How many is each of these thingies?
5 feet. So you can move 6 squares. You can use the ruler if you'd like.
Oh yeah.
Or
Cool.
diagonals are still the same.
Yeah.
even though
Then
it's not technically right.
yeah, I think I actually want to move to that spot you were.
Oh, sure.
That seems like a solid position.
So, I will move you. Right?
Uh-huh.
So, just so that you can stop yourself at any time.
I'm like taking a look down that broken house hallway as I'm going.
Yeah, so you can stop here and see what you see.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try and communicate that there's nothing down that hallway.
How would you like to do that?
Just like, guys, there's nothing down that hallway right now.
Okay. I was hoping you'd be like,
The hallway going
Yeah.
east.
I'm just trying to bait you guys into doing yes, hallway going
Okay.
this way. Yeah, there's nothing.
Oh, that way. There's nothing down there.
Yeah, that's what you're saying, right, Zumie? Yeah, up that way. There's nothing.
Nothing
Other
besides
than
that one dude, I guess.
Yeah.
That,
Hmm.
It's interesting. We can't see him anymore.
Yeah, you can't because you've gone around this corner.
Okay. Yeah. All right, that makes sense.
They can still see him, their view,
Got
but
it.
he's like one set in from where you are.
Okay.
So now you could do any sort of action, whatever you'd like to do. If you want to just chill there and wait for
Yeah.
something to happen.
I'm
Okay,
just gonna wait because I don't know what to do yet.
that is perfectly fine. So what will happen though? you can hold your turn and just do nothing, but since you've moved, and I should have asked you this before, you've moved, that is part of your action. You're not going to hold it until something happens. That's one of the advanced things you can do, is say, I hold my action until blank, and you tell me what that blank is. Until the chandelier falls, until, the person gets this close. And then you would immediately enter initiative at that point, but you'd also stay there. So if you stayed and it had until after, let's say, Aiden, you would be down there and you'd stay down there forever in this initiative count. So it's kind of good to just stay at the top, probably.
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
Okay, cool. Then, you don't have anything that you could do as a bonus action, I don't believe. So
I don't think so.
no, you don't have any
I
bonus
do.
action.
I have a question for you though. That
Yes.
thing that I cast prior
Yes.
to this starting, is
Mhm.
it still up or has it worn off?
It would be still up for at least 40 rounds.
Oh,
Yeah, it lasts
so
for
just a
10
few.
minutes. I think it lasts for 10 minutes, so we would estimate that it took at least a little bit for you guys, like 2 minutes to get to this point in the combat, so.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But if that's it, then that concludes your turn.
Peace.
Now, they are too far away. Who? Don't ask. Meritt. It is your turn now. Yep.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
With that 12, that big 12.
Yeah, big
Actually,
12.
11 and 4.
Meritt's going to go like, well, now that's more like it. And
Mm-hmm.
she's going to, I think, go just in a straight line, the 25 feet forward. That's not the right one.
Oh, it's fine. I can clear that.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Yep.
Brr.
And she is going to pull her great hammer from her back and grip it between her hands, and her yellow eyes in her sort of dwarven mask, are
Yes.
going to turn red, and she will begin to rage. A murderous aura will emit from her.
Question
Menacing.
now.
Yes.
There are the wooden planks going across here, which would
Yes.
imply she is on a lower level.
Yeah, slightly.
now.
Yeah.
Is she able to, like, get up?
Yeah. It would be a step up, especially for you, but it's like 2.5 feet. I mean, it's like half your
Okay, I just,
height.
I'm
a little
just-
bit
I'm
lower than
curious.
No, thank
I
you
just
for
wanna
looking
make-
out for my tiny dwarf.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
My lava fell here.
Um,
She
Just one
is
moment.
sloshing through the water though, kind of like like a dog in booties, that sort of like really awkward. Like she kind of stomps through the water like that, and then grabs it, and then hurrah, begins to rage.
Raw.
Okay.
So, from where you are, you can see what you can see.
Great.
And in fact, that's not 100% accurate. I need to do that.
I guess I should have asked. I didn't even think.
Mhm.
With charging, how do
Oh.
you envision that? Like, I know there's different, obviously, in 5e there's different systems, but
I would say that you
or,
could,
like rushing.
yeah. All you need is 10 feet run up to charge someone. And for 5th edition, charge is basically move, double your speed, and do one attack. I do believe that's what it is. I can double check that. But it's in a straight line or straight diagonal line.
Okay.
But what you can see now, and one eye as well. If you look into this room real quick, if you can see where I'm.
Yeah, the like shadowy guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What you can see in between you and him is some sort of metal grate that he's behind. Some sort of cell or something.
Oh, like, is the gate... Okay,
Yeah, it looks like he's
Gate?
behind bars.
but, like, we heard the cry coming from that room, right, for help?
Yeah, exactly. And as you look over there, you can see that person is looking towards the outside. The very let's say pained / impatient look, like, what? This may be the person that called for you.
Do they look like they have been injured?
From where you can tell, there's a little bit of light coming from in there. There must be like a candle or something that you guys saw before. But from what you can tell from where you are, thankfully the the torch, which is the true hero, is giving you enough vision just around the corner to see that they are definitely in some sort of robe, not unlike what you saw Feihan in. It does look dirty. You can't tell if it's blood or not until you get closer. So you only moved. You could move again if you want to get into there. The bonus action was one of it, but you can still take an action or turn it into a move action if you'd like to. You could just bust up in there. I'm just saying that. I'm not giving you any recommendation. Remember,
No,
I am
I mean,
completely neutral.
busting up in there seems likely, but am I going, like, there is a gate in the way, right? So, like, would I
there is.
have to try and attack the gate, or would I just move up to the gate and then be, like, there looking in?
Yeah, you would move up and be there looking in. It's like a jail cell. Think of a old-timey, the metal bars that have kind of big spacing in between.
Okay. Then, yeah, I mean, she's a little bit, like, she's lost some of her momentum.
Yeah.
Because she kind of thought she was gonna go, like, tear in and just, like, knock some heads together. But, she will still obviously, radiating that energy, she will, go up to the grate and, look inside.
You have surprised a very unfortunate man. If you can see what you can see.
Yeah.
So right there, you are at the grate. You can just attack the grate. As you get close, you can tell that it's hastily made.
Okay.
It's kind of drilled with some sort of, who knows what they use to get it in there, but you can definitely tell that this is some sort of hastily made gel cell. Inside this room, you can see that it was used for storage, definitely. There is, over here, a bed that is barely there. And just inside, you see that man who is now facing towards the door. Looked like he was writing something beforehand, but now he has weapon in hand going, what is happening?
Okay. Will you let me speak freely?
Absolutely.
For a second?
At all times.
She's going to point one little gauntleted finger at the figure huddled just inside of the grate and go,
Yeah.
You! Are you blonde?
He says, yeah. I am.
Are you a here? Or is a hume?
Yes. And then at this, the person on the other side goes, what? Who are... And you just ignore them.
Is your name... What was his name again?
Orin!
Orin?
The guy at the desk is like, are you? He says it out loud with you. Are you? And he says, yes, are you here to save me? Are you the Crystarium guard?
He goes, hell yes I am! And then she's gonna smash the grate.
You need to roll to attack, but only... I didn't mean to give you exhaustion. I'm using that as a marker for your berserk.
Is there a way, real quick, to share that vision with Observer?
Yeah, I actually can.
Because it is just an empty blank, like black.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Blob.
This is the stuff that we have.
You're like, okay, and over here, and I'm like, there's nothing there.
I just need to give ownership to the Observer real quick. We'll work these out.
Yeah, it's growing pains. It's all good.
Wait, what's his name?
Wait, what's his name? Where the heck is that?
Look, she raging right now. She don't got time for complicated thoughts. You know what I mean?
Her feet are wet. She just wants to get back and dry her socks off and drink some dwarf shine.
Drink some dwarf shine. Plop down in front of a nice fire. Simple things.
How's the Observer now?
It's centered on Aiden.
Give me a minute. I can. Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We good.
There you go. You did it.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll figure out a remote control. So
there's a lot of different things, like...
Yeah.
Aldianaux can change
I
things,
love
but
this,
then I can also fine-tune it on my end, and it's...
Yeah.
We got it. We figured it out. We're good.
So, if you're gonna attack that thing, you're gonna roll. Just click on your great hammer, the little icon next to it. You don't need to roll to hit, but we are gonna roll to hit just to see if you crit. So yeah, you just click that to hit, and it'll roll it for you.
Nice.
All right, you hit it definitely, and
We're
then
saving
roll
up
that.
the good rolls.
Yeah.
There we
Get
go.
rid of the shit early on.
Look at that 1d12 plus 2. Oh my god.
What gate?
Yeah.
Do you want me to then just click to roll that?
Yeah, 6 damage.
All right.
You knocked the furthest, the bar that's closest to the wall, right out of the ground. You just smashed it out. He could probably squeeze through there if he needed to, but you just bend the heck out of that thing. He does noticeably take a little step backwards. You're Crystarium guard, but okay, all right. You're not really in the uniform.
Crystarium guard.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna get out of the way of that hammer. It's not that I don't trust you. He's not saying this. So that is the end of your turn. The other person in this room, after you attack, goes, "What? Who are you?" Do you respond?
Name's Meritt. This is my hammer.
All right.
I love
Okay.
it. Yeah.
I have
He
a
recognizes the
feeling.
voice.
I have a feeling you two are gonna get really well acquainted.
If he wasn't already intimidated, which he very much is, he would be attacking you right now. But because you intimidated him, he is going to be shaken for this turn. He cannot move. So, guess what? He doesn't get to do anything. He is in stammered silence.
I would probably be that same way, in all honesty.
Right, exactly right. And Aiden, it's your turn.
All right, I'm just gonna move straight over here to the like the kind of
Like here?
corner here. It had to have to be one back. That was 35.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
Cool.
just gonna move as close as I can over there.
He's kind of in this square, but I just moved him away from the bar for effect. So yeah, you can see him now. He does match the description. Now that you have the torch so close, you can definitely tell. And now that the torch has been brought so close, Meritt, you can tell that some of it is muck and grime, and he's pretty soaked. But yeah, there's some blood. It looks like maybe his leg, maybe his arm on the side that's not closest to you.
Ah.
So he does look injured. It doesn't look to be life-threatening, but it is something. So Aiden, from where you are, there's not much you could do. You could go into the Dragoon trance if you'd like to, or you can move again. Like you could just get into the room. You won't be able to attack, but you could get into the room.
I'm able to get into the room.
So you just use 30 feet of movement. So that's the move, and you have an action.
I thought the gate wasn't down enough.
I mean, you can move into the room in general. You just can't get into his jail cell.
I see.
So you can
okay,
move around the corner.
It's so thin. I didn't. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of hard to see.
Hmm.
I mean, it is hastily made.
It's fair.
Yeah. Here's the big decisions. This is why, like combat takes a while, and that's fine. What are you thinking about?
Chili dogs.
Do we?
Oh God, me too.
We know there's another guy in here,
Uh-huh.
right? Meritt's got a little bit of a look on him.
Yeah.
We don't
Just gotta look
necessarily
alright.
know that he's like super hostile necessarily, do we? I mean, he's just in here.
He is in here. He is armed. It looks
Yeah.
like he was supposed to be a guard of this person. It does look like. I mean, that's the most apparent, But it doesn't have to be.
Let's just move into the room.
Okay.
Let's just
I'll move you here to share a square with Meritt so you can see everything.
Okay.
So whereabouts in the room would you like to go?
I see like a hinge on the door.
Yeah, there's an opening to get
Can I
in and
can
out
I
of
just
it.
like
Walk over and open?
is there can I just walk over and just open it?
Yeah, you can walk over to it. As you get there, you notice that There is no lock on this. It's just a gate that they must have stolen from somewhere and hastily put this in here because this doesn't look like it was meant to hold people.
Okay. So can I just like look at Meritt after bashing the gate and then just like open the door?
You definitely can.
That is what I will do.
Amazing. Amazing.
And you know why? You know why you could do that? You are 5 feet further than she is. I wonder why.
It's as if my
It's a
little
leg.
leggies can't go.
So you do the most expedient thing. Just break the bar. Like, whatever, man. I mean, he
Yeah.
can get out through there if he needs to. Which, honestly, might depend. So you have opened this this gate. There's no way for me to change that there. But you
That's
have
fine.
opened it. And that is the end of your turn. But you do see
Okay.
the guy who's sitting at the desk he has a weapon out, but he is staring at Meritt, and he is just confused and terrified.
As am I. Why
Right.
would you go through all the work to like the door was right here.
I love the book
Have
smart.
some more to drink, dwarf.
But yeah, that'll be the end of your turn. Who can see? Well, One Eye see that the guy that you saw earlier is closing the distance. He can't quite get to you yet.
Oh yeah, there was another guy.
Yeah, the one you first saw. Closing the
Yeah, yeah,
distance.
The one that's
But he
not
won't
Orin.
work it.
The one that's
Yeah.
not Orin. I verified that.
Yep. All right, so it is One Eye's turn. And as he looks down there, he can very much visibly see the guy coming in. And Zumie, you know, he's just around the corner. You can see him now too. Okay, cool. One Eye looks at you, Zumie,
Uh-huh.
and says, "Mm,
Oh wait, hold on. Let me put the cameras back up. What?
yeah, mm, mm," and he runs in.
Do we really not have to talk now? You could probably say.
You can't see his face.
Uh-huh.
But he kind of realizes that. But he's gonna close the distance, and he is going to attack this man with his weapon.
That is black on observer.
Ah. I should just give Observer
all
a roll
all
for
of the
everyone.
observations.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. If that's a thing.
Yeah, I can. I certainly can. I hate how it steals my focus every single time. So
I
I'll
can
figure
always-
that out. No, it's all
I can
good.
always
Should
figure it out.
have everyone but you.
There it is. Okay.
That just gave me a black screen, funnily enough. Like, how can you even do that to the DM? What?
This DM doesn't get to see this campaign
I don't get
anymore.
to see. That's fine.
No.
So
You
gonna
don't
roll.
need to see.
So one of the cool things about this is if you're targeting someone, you can see kind of how it shows up. So One Eye's going to roll to attack. It even tells you what he needs to beat, which is a 15. He rolls to attack. Yeah. And he is using it in 2 hands. So just to explain, what you see at the top, the first damage is if he was using it in 1 hand. Katanas are weird, and you can use them in 2 if you wanted to. So he swings it and does 6 damage to this man. Not that you really know how much. Zumie, you see One Eye run in, slice him, and land a really clean hit. The guy looks completely off guard, and also pretty hurt from 1 slash. He's kind of favoring an arm.
Uh-huh.
It is on the side that One Eye just attacked.
Okay.
That is the end of One Eye's turn. He's very simple. He's slash. And it's your turn. This poor guy.
Bye-bye, buddy.
What would you like to do?
Can I actually attack around the corner? Do I have to move at all?
No, you don't have to move. You can attack around the corner if it's something that has range, like one of your spells. Like you could firebolt or whatever you'd like, really.
I was thinking I would do the poison one.
Okay, yeah. So I'll look at that with you. I think.
How close does he have to be? It says within range.
Oh yeah, the range is 10 feet, and the target is one creature, so you don't have to worry about hitting one eye.
Is he too far? I think he's too far.
Yeah, you need to move
Yeah,
up a
you
little
can
bit.
step one square, basically. Would you like to step one diagonal to like here where I'm pointing?
Just move to the,
like
the
here.
stairs there.
I mean, I guess I could do the fire one instead.
Yeah, you definitely could.
I guess let's do that.
Okay, so I'm looking at firebolt. Cool. So what I need you to do for me is on the left side, you'll see that you have the little square icon when you're clicked on the human.
Mm-hmm.
And then right under, there's a little bullseye.
Mm-hmm.
So if you click that, then click on him.
Okay.
You see that you've targeted him, right?
Yes.
All right. Switch back to the square bracket so you're just not targeting people, basically.
Okay.
So now you can just click on Firebolt in your sheet. The little die icon where the icon is. And what it'll do is it'll start it, and then you roll to hit, and then you roll your damage just like normal. Yeah,
did it
it
go?
showed up at the bottom.
Okay.
You see how it has the Firebolt to hit damage, I hope.
Oh, I'm on the wrong screen.
Okay, cool.
Yes, and then I just hit attack.
No, you just rolled a 2-hit and then the damage. Basically, hitting attack would bring that down. Yep, it's all good. That is a hit, yeah. 16 versus his 15. And you just hit your damage. And, wow. Well, oh, it doesn't have an automatic. So what you hear from the other room is some sloshing, some running, a very anime-like katana slice. You know exactly what I mean. You can hear it in your head. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then you hear a whoosh of fire, an explosion, and a body hit the ground.
Wilhelm scream.
Yeah,
I was
Wilhelm
just gonna say Wilhelm scream. Yes.
Yeah, so one of them is down. That's for sure. Good job. So you could move now if you wanted to, because what you've done is just your action. You can still move. You can still do a bonus.
That's right, you didn't move.
I'll do that every single turn until we get into the flow. That's fine.
I mean, I'm curious as to what's going on in the room, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So
just
now you can
doors.
Yeah, just you see Aiden just after opening the door. You see what seems to be Orin. Actually, he said yes. He did say yes. He was Orin, so doesn't seem to be. He is. Kind of like looking at the gap in the bar. Yeah, looking at the gap in the bar. Looking at the dwarf. Looking at the door. He's kind of just like, okay, all right, things are good probably. You have a little bit more movement if you'd like to get in the room, but do note that it's a small room. So.
Nah, I'm not gonna plug up that.
Yep. Would you like to stay where you are?
Sure.
All right. That's
Can I
the end
move
of your turn.
again?
That was just 15 feet, so you can move 15 more. So 3 more squares.
I mean, I guess I'll just stay for now. But
Okay. All right. No
just
problem.
curious.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Now, so I'm done with that. You hear from the hallway One Eye say, "There's movement." That's all he says.
Can I move back? No, I'm just kidding.
Great job using your words, One Eye. Great job.
Exactly.
This
very
guy,
tactical.
man, I just...
But Meritt, it is your turn.
That's why they call him One Eye, because he is not perceptive.
Oh my gosh, yes.
There you go.
She gonna wind up and she gonna clobber this guy
Oh,
that's scared and cowering in front of her.
And is she even more enraged and berserked now after realizing that there was a door on the cell that she could have just opened this entire time? Does that like add to the?
No, I don't think her fury is building. I think she's just caught up in the momentum so much that she's just like very excited about everything. Like,
That's
yeah,
fair.
open the door,
fair.
do it, yeah.
Let's go.
Is that how you rage? Fine. Not very exciting, is it? But all right.
I smash stuff. You open doors. To
Yeah.
each their own.
So,
So she's gonna try and clobber this guy.
so here's the other way to target. If you hold Alt and click on that person,
That's
It should-
easier.
should target. Maybe if it doesn't, it might be
Weird.
like shortcuts in Chrome that are not working. You have to be on the person icon, which is like character icon on the far left. I'm pointing like this is left to you.
The person icon. Aha!
In the tools, and then,
there we go.
oh,
It's
there we go.
selected now.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
now when you roll your Great Club attack, it should target him. Like I said, it's gonna be slow to start.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
did
this
it-
is cool. It's a little different than Roll20, but I think
Yeah.
I really like the stuff that it lets you do. I think it's neat.
Well, it rolled your damage, which I'm not gonna make you re-roll because it's 12.
I'm sorry. Did
Oh,
you
no,
want me
it's
to do
fine.
it to hit as well?
Yeah, it's right above it.
There you
In that, there we go.
go.
It's
I
up on
don't know,
19 for a second.
Did I hit him?
Wow. Bring in the.
Like, did I hit
Yeah.
him?
Did I hit him though?
Uh, what I'm gonna say is, yeah, you hit him. You literally kind of jump onto the table. You run over, jump onto the table, and take a giant home run swing at his head and neck area.
Yes.
Just whack a grunt. Just.
Yeah, he's on the bed. He's unconscious. It's nighty-night time. With a 12.
Yup.
Who in the party would you not knock out right now? Maybe yourself?
Now, a quick question for
Yourself.
you.
Yes.
Is there something I have to toggle on as a warrior to, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, do my stats
Extra.
for raging, like,
Oh.
automatic, or berserk mode, do they automatically count into things, or
Mm,
is there
That's a
something
good
that I
question.
have to toggle with that berserker?
no,
The
I
inner
think
beast.
what I'm gonna have to do is probably make a macro to give it to you when you press a button. So I'm gonna keep that as a note. But what I will do is add right now. I think I can just add +2. Hold on with me real quick. I'm gonna roll for you. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Is it gonna actually work? Why is there a gap? Yep. Okay. Because while you're berserk, you're right. You do 2 more damage for right now. It goes up even higher.
Not like I really needed it, but I just
Yeah.
want to make sure that everybody knows how thoroughly
Oh,
I
yes.
just
No, it's
threw
very
this
important.
man across the room with my massive hammer. I just want
I'm
everybody
not
to know
gonna-
that.
Squished before, and now he is smashed.
Yeah. He's literally gone. Absolutely destroyed. But hey, at least he landed on the bed.
Yeah,
Yeah, that-
soft landing.
He's taking a nap. You're handing out naps. It's good. It's great.
She just
Perfectly fine.
like after she swings, she hops back down from the table. Is like, that's what I told you.
That's true. That you promised
Mhm.
exactly that.
Oh god. And he was
Worth of your
intimidated.
word.
All right. Well, that still wasn't that long, and we had some stuff, so that's fine. I'm liking the way this is going so far. It would go to the next person who would go, but they are unconscious thanks to One Eye and Zumie. So they gurgle.
Taking it out.
Next, Aiden.
All right.
He, as you get to your turn, he's gonna enter into initiative with you because when you open the door is basically when I'm throwing him in initiative. So he would go before you. Though I'm
Okay.
just using your turn to think about it.
That's fine.
And so he turns to you, since you opened the door, and he really turned away from that hammer blow. He is a little squeamish, it seems. I mean, Zumie, you just saw him back into a wall. I don't even think you saw the hit. But he turns to you, Aiden, and he says, "Are you guys really from the guard?"
Having read
Kinda.
of some fantastic prison breaks in my
Yeah.
time in the Cabinet of Curiosity, I kind of just stand there, reach out my hand, and say, "Come with me if you want to live."
This is so good.
Yeah.
This is I love it. He is completely enthralled, and he says, "Okay." Like, all right. He is
Stars
bought
in
in.
the
He will.
Got
Yes.
him.
He is completely enamored. You are a big damn hero. To
That's
him.
right.
All right, so he will follow you. So wherever you move, he will move. If you tell him to stay, he will also stay. But he is listening to you now.
Okay.
So
He's your little duckling. That's your
Yeah.
boy now.
I mean, that's it. We knocked the one guy out. We flame broiled the other dude. So let's start heading back to the boat.
But
There
when I
was-
said there was somebody else,
he said there was movement. He can't really see that far because the torch is gone, but there is movement in the darkness.
Why would we ever? This guy has no idea what he's talking. It's fine.
It's
Let's
fine.
go.
All right, is that what you want to do?
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna ignore that. No.
Well, that's fine. Aiden's just moving towards the edge. That's fine. Like you can do.
Are
the
we
natural.
out of combat or are we still
No,
in?
we're
Yeah,
not. Still in
Okay.
combat. It's just Aiden thinks that yes, I'm gonna leave. That's fine. That is
Yeah.
a.
So I'm gonna like
I was just wondering if I
It's
needed to
not-
wait for my turn or not.
yeah. I'm gonna and then a couple steps to the left.
I mean, you can
I can
as
right.
he's yeah, you can.
Yeah.
As he's passing by, you can say whatever you want to say.
Okay, then I say all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that you don't think, but we shouldn't ignore it, right? It's not a good idea.
We'll see what's up when we walk by. It's fine.
You did not seem this flippant when we first met.
You guys are making a way bigger deal out. Like, Dwarf is over here smashing this jail cell. There's a door right. Like, we're just in and out. Like, why are you guys overcomplicating this?
Meritt's just like still clinging to her hammer, still berserking, just
Heavy breathing.
just like, there's another one.
Where's next?
Pull me
I'm
at
like,
him.
look, if there is something else, she'll take care of it. It's fine. Look at her. She's
I
ready to
love
go.
it.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
So that's the end of your turn. Yes, that's the.
Yeah.
Well, you could move again if you'd like to. If you really just want to start motoring towards the exit.
You know what? Yeah, I'll take another movement just to, maybe I can get an eye on one eye and see if there's anything going on over here.
When you get there, that is what you see. I think the observer should have as well.
Yeah.
But the observer can probably also see what one eye sees. Probably.
No.
Hey, just zoom out.
I
a
don't
bit.
see any.
Look
I
at
don't
that
see
guy.
anything.
He's chopped and also fried.
Yeah, chopped and fried.
Chapter 4.
So then, yeah, you could keep going if you'd like. So that was your 15. You could go all the way to here,
I mean,
where I am.
let's do like 2 more squares.
To the corner.
Just to keep one eye still kind of in view, and
Yeah, right here.
and I tell yeah, I'm like, just
To go around
for
the corner?
2 seconds. Let's just see what's up. It's probably nothing. He's probably just senile or something. It's fine.
Well,
There's not a lot of trust. I only say
Oh,
it once.
absolutely not.
I only say it once, but yes, that's another dead person's turn. And now it's One Eye's turn. And he sees you come out. He sees the person following you. And on his turn, he says, "All right, I think there's one more to the north. Do you have him?"
I don't.
Yeah, sure.
I don't see anything. Can I like throw him my torch? Or is the body still on fire and emitting light?
no.
Yeah,
Right.
unfortunately, it specifically says it doesn't light flammable objects because this reason. And other reasons. I mean, you could just set a wall on fire and have a light. But yeah, I mean, you don't have to trust him. I mean, he can't really tell what he see. He says...
he thinks he sees something, like,
Yes.
it's probably not a big deal. It's probably just another, like, random dude. But, like, all right, maybe there's something over there.
Okay. Well, it is his turn, and he's just saying that he's going to go check it out, basically.
Okay.
He says, "Do you have the guy?"
I have the guy. He has
All right.
confirmed he is blonde.
Was he blonde?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Meritt asked specifically if he was blonde.
Oh, that's why she said that. No, One Eye doesn't
Yeah.
know that he's blonde. He's never asked.
Of course he has it. Of
Such
course he
a-
has it. Why would he
such
know
a
this information?
stoic edgelord.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I just go, yeah, like I guess go check it out. Like whatever. I'm not worried about it. It's fine. Like he's the
love
one
the
going to
trust.
check it. I'm the one closer to the boat with the guy. It's fine.
Yeah, he gets to a corner just a little bit further in, and he says, "Yep, there's more. They've seen me."
Yeah.
How many?
And he looks up there. You can't see him. Actually, Aiden, you can kind of see him. He
I
looks
can
up.
see. Yeah.
Yeah. He looks back to Aiden and he says, "I think there's two, but there's lights further in."
Uh-oh.
And you can hear chatter from further in. You can hear running feet, Aiden, from where you are, and Zumie from where you are, because perception.
Hmm.
So
But-
I look in the room and I'm like, hey, Meritt, there's a bunch more people outside.
Meritt looks like it's like every holiday all wrapped into one. It's like the day that night came back.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
you just hear like
And I'm just
the
over
ones
here.
further down the hall.
Yeah.
Like, the boat is just like right
What?
over here.
Can we leave now?
Further
Jeez.
down the hall, you just like everybody who's further down just hears like Meritt like from a distance, just like, "Let me at him! Let me at him!"
Oh.
When I get
Well.
there, they're gonna meet my hammer.
All right. One of them, I mean, I just say because I would narrate it to One Eye as well. One of them moved within 10 feet of One Eye. And One Eye says to everyone else, "All right, they're coming. There's one right here." And as he says that, the guy responds, "Do you think I can't hear you?" Like, you guys have just been yelling this whole time,
Mm.
Yeah.
right?
I know.
He's getting fancy now.
Great. I don't know.
Right. I mean, it's fine. He can say it. Zumie, it's your turn.
It's my turn. Well, I'm gonna pop around the corner.
You have 10 feet of...
So scroll out so I can see up that hallway really
Yeah.
far.
Yeah, you can see up the hallway really far. If you are looking, you can see here
That's a guy.
and here.
That's a guy.
And as you look really far off, you can see that there's some lights in what seem to be the storage room.
Huh.
What was the
Okay.
name of the rule set chat's asking? I forget the.
So this is the... Oh, let me actually look at the full title. This is from Silent Soren, who is a poster on Reddit. So this is from the FFXIV X D&D, D&D, I should say.
Oh yeah, and
subreddit.
it is 5th edition. Yeah. Sorry.
It is 5th edition.
I'm a
Yes,
total
it's companion.
noob.
Oh,
Rule
that's
set.
fine.
I'm like, what's that?
Yeah.
Is this thing? Okay.
I need
yeah.
to find a way to get chat to me in a way that's easier, unfortunately.
I think
we have some
what, you know
ideas for that too.
what we'll do.
Mhm.
I'll make a note here if I can
Yeah.
find a pen. We'll just do like a chat command for the
Yep.
bot. So when people
Yeah,
come
that's
in
what I
and
wanted to do. But yeah, if you were to go
Super
to
easy.
that subreddit, it would be the top stickied post, which is a PDF that is called the Final Fantasy XIV Companion Guide, and it is updated to Shadowbringers right now. So it has, a D&D flavored version of Final Fantasy XIV. So,
Yeah.
Do I have enough movement to make it up next to One Eye?
yeah, if you just move this turn
Yeah.
Okay.
and don't attack.
Doing that.
Just as
So
you
as you
like
get
step over the charred corpse of the.
You can
I mean,
see,
I did it. I'm not surprised by it.
So as you get here, you can see that
What is?
here-ish, there looks to be like some break in the wall,
Yeah.
and what looks to be like a chamber or something, like a little, it's broken. But what you can
is that
see in that,
roundy? Yeah.
that looks like, from your trained eyes, a swarm of bats. But you can also see that along the opening here,
Uh-huh.
there is a little net. So there's a net from basically the top of the ceiling down halfway. You could crawl under it, but it seems like
this is they're bat catchers.
maybe. But it does look like they put up the net for a reason, maybe to keep them away. You're not entirely sure.
All I can see is the bats. I can't see any further up.
I mean, there's fishing nets. Why would there be bat nets? I mean,
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you can kind of see there doesn't seem to be anything else in that little chasm, and you can see around the corner that there's nothing else.
Okay.
But here, yeah, you can see a swarm of bats. You can see some netting here, where I'm gesturing.
Any other any signs of how it's broken the wall?
It looks like if you can't see, I mean, you can get closer and see, but it looks like the wall is just gone.
Okay. So
maybe
it's
it
probably
broke
been there a while?
ago. Yeah, definitely not new.
Okay.
Okay. And it looks like to the left, there's also one that goes further to the left, as you can see the opening here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There also is netting here.
Oh. Can I do anything else, or am I done because I moved so far?
You could do a bonus action if you had one. You could draw a weapon, that sort of stuff. You can talk to anyone at just about any time on your turn.
To anyone?
Yeah, I mean, you can talk to the enemies. Anyone or anything, yeah.
Or anything. All right. Well, I'm gonna see how nice these bats are.
Okay.
Talk to those bats.
Yeah. So what's up, bats? Are you stuck in there? Did these mean guys trap you? What's going on? How you doing?
So from where you are, Aiden, and Meritt, it's very weird. Zumie is definitely talking, but you have no idea what she's saying. It doesn't sound like a language you've ever heard. It's very strange. But Zumie, you hear back from the left side. We're so hungry. We can't get out.
Aw.
That's what they respond to you.
Okay.
And then Zumie unleashed a whole bunch of bats on all of us.
Yeah, exactly.
So do they seem normal sized bats? Those guys look maybe normal size.
Yeah, they look maybe normal sized, but there's just a swarm of them.
But the left isn't the one. Yeah, the left isn't the one that I can see.
The most, no.
No. Do they happen to sound like bats, or do they sound like something else?
They sound. To you, it would be as easy as understanding any, spoken race.
Mm-hmm.
So it would sound. I mean, of course, their voices would be much kind of higher pitched because they're squeaking at you.
I'm just trying to make sure that the thing over there that I can't see is a bat.
Oh yes, certainly, certainly yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they say that, and then the other side kind of just repeats it. Hungry. Let us out. They're still not thinking, so it's kind of hard to communicate with them, but they can communicate a little bit to you.
Okay.
The bat whisperer over here.
Yeah.
File that information in my pocket, because I can't do anything else but talk to them right now.
Hungry bats.
Yeah. But they've been imprisoned for some reason.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I was trying to figure out who this was. Okay. Cool. So, next, this one here decides to swerve and go over to here. And on his turn, he tears down the net.
Okay.
Expecting. And he kind of, he looks at you specifically because he doesn't know what the heck you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of points and he has a whistle.
Hmm.
And
am I allowed to keep talking to them?
Yeah, you certainly can talk as a free action.
Right.
And once the net goes down, the bats immediately get out of there.
Okay.
To about here.
I'm gonna do the best I can before they theoretically start attacking us to tell them that the person that just cut them free is the person who trapped them.
Roll me a persuasion.
Okay. Sweet talk those bats.
Yeah, sweet talk those bats. Is that what that pillow talk sounds like? That might be. What was it? Oh, it was a 9. That is very close, mostly because you're the one who is talking to them. So what do you say in particular?
What do I say in particular?
Yes.
The man who just cut you free and is trying to control you with the whistle is the one who trapped you. Please don't attack us. We can help you get out
That's
later.
awfully long-winded. I would
I don't
just
know.
I would just be like,
fine. I'll take the
tastes
gist.
better than
We
I do.
don't know because like bat speak could be like e, and I said all that, you know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Okay.
What
I mean, that's fair.
basically what you're talking in is some weird higher language, and the bats can understand you. It's like a common language that you can use with whatever the spell says. So that's how it works. So you're speaking in a language that's just
Okay.
above or below, I guess, kind of spoken races that is common to certain subgroups of animals. So when you say that, you succeed in confusing them.
Oh.
So they just come out and they stay there. They're not attacking you because you can obviously speak to them. They're not attacking him because obviously there's some sort of training there. But they're just kind of confused for a turn. So they will not do anything.
I need to ask a question.
Yeah.
Are we just gonna go along with the nature thing for this, or are we? Or was that this? What was the skill that she perception or what?
Perception.
To talk to the bats.
Yeah.
Oh no,
What did she have
persuasion.
for that.
Persuasion. Yeah.
Okay, cause wouldn't we technically have the echo?
Yes, you do have the echo, but it doesn't. It talks to beast men, but not beasts, as far as I know.
Yeah, as far as
Okay.
okay. It has to be like an actual structure.
Language.
Like,
Okay,
spoken,
I just
like,
wanted
spoken
to
language.
clarify. I
It's
don't
not
want to
the
like
echo.
kill
No.
the rule set, right? But
No,
okay,
no.
okay,
It's not the echo. It's a spell.
okay. I just wanted to. Yeah, okay, we're good.
Yep. So after that, yeah. So that's what they're gonna do on their turn. They just kind of go, okay.
Does anybody have any food on you?
You ask out loud.
Always.
You can see and hear the frustration and just confusion in that person right here. He's like, wait, what? Attack them. And he blows the whistle again, but they just don't respond. That's the end of
He's
his
very
turn. and
confused
Meritt.
because she talked to bats.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, what? Who does that? All right, Meritt. It is your turn. I'm assuming you're going to be zooming out of here.
I'm zooming as fast as my tiny little dwarf legs will take me.
All right.
So yeah, I mean,
that
just
was
as close
10
as I
feet.
can get, as close as I can get to the action and or to any like the nearest threat, I guess would be.
It's probably going to be a while before you can get over there.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
if you just move, that's as far as you can get, but you're not that far.
She just calls out threateningly, like, "You just wait. You just wait."
There's a rock.
Or how far could I throw a dwarf? Is this the moment?
I mean, we did establish I'm very dense, so you are gonna have to be ready to heft that,
It's true.
like a catapult.
That's a great question, and I'm willing to find it out. But it's like, let's find out real quick. I think we can find out real quick. What is your strength?
Lower
You're
than
like
all my other stuff.
Yeah.
Great, starting off strong. This will be
14.
good.
Well, only by a little bit. Yeah, 14's not bad. I mean, I love the effect of it. So, I like the rule of cool, but it's just not that far. It wouldn't be like 30 feet. It would definitely be within 20 to 25 feet. And the thing about that is then she could move as well. So you give her basically another move. But
it's not as cool if she doesn't hit somebody when I do it, though.
Well,
I mean, you can save it for a big epic moment if you want. You know what I mean?
You're level 1 right now. That doesn't mean you can't do it. That just means that you might not be able to right now. And that's fine.
And that, no. At some point, this is a thing that will happen.
Oh.
I
It
would love for you
will.
to jump and, like carry her, jump, and then throw her from 30 feet in the air, and then she's really a missile.
I was dead serious when I said she was the Ant-Man to my Hawkeye. That's yes.
Yes,
I'm so
it will happen.
excited.
Stay tuned.
Okay.
So that is how far you get, Meritt, and you are like, I'm gonna kill that guy. You do see the bats, but they aren't doing anything. But they are a target right now.
They're not within reach, though. Yeah.
No, they're not.
Okay.
Technically, they're about equidistance because.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna-
there's not much I can do, unfortunately. So
Yeah.
I'm allowed to talk, right?
that'll be it.
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Do I have to be quiet my whole while waiting for my
no.
turn?
No,
Okay.
no.
I'm gonna ask people again. Like, seriously, guys, do you have any food that bats would like?
Uh,
They're really hungry, and that's why they're thinking about attacking us.
I just look and I go, why would I have bat food?
I don't know, man.
well,
this
You have like
isn't something.
an apple.
This isn't something that we determined ahead of time, so I will leave this up to you, Aldianaux. I mean, I feel like Meritt would probably have snacks on her that she
Oh,
could,
certainly.
like munch to
Oh, yeah.
wash down.
If she's-
Oh, yeah.
Right.
booze.
It's like the snack mix at the bar to help negate all the booze you're
I mean-
drinking. Oh yeah, she would totally have like a bag of
Time-honored-
snack mix or
But
something.
would bats
Yeah.
like it?
yeah,
Time
that's
honored
what
dwarven
kind of
snack
food?
mix.
I don't
what
know.
kind
Do
of
like
food do these
bats
bats
eat
like?
peanuts? I don't think so.
Do
I don't
peanuts
think
these are
that's
the
a
real
thing.
questions.
What if the
Real
bats
questions.
are allergic to peanuts and by trying to feed them, we kill them?
I mean, 2 bats, 1 stone. But
Is that
I
the
mean,
saying?
I could try
You have rations.
throwing. I could try throwing my hearty dwarven fare
Yeah.
at the bats.
Yeah, you have a day's worth of, well, actually you have like 5 days worth of rations, so you can use it if you'd like to. Yeah.
Okay.
Then we'll rule that was asked, because you can do it anytime, and we're just starting, so we'll iron that out. So she did ask before you got there. So you got there, and now you have your miscellaneous action, and I would say that you can throw some food. That's fine.
All right. Meritt's
right.
gonna like hold the food, and she's gonna be a little bit sad about it.
Aw.
I could have had you with a nice drink.
It's like take one bite as before you throw it.
Yeah,
just
she
to-
takes just like a little bit and like munches it, and then we'll throw it.
It's to show the bats that it's food.
Yeah,
That's
so
my
I'm
story.
demonstrating. I'm
Mhm.
demonstrating.
For sure.
Yeah, I just have to show them, right?
Like, look, even if you don't like
Good.
this food,
They
she's
ate
trying.
good.
Yeah,
Eat
she's
it.
trying. Gain some bat trust. Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Bat
All right.
trust.
Well, that is your turn. You throw it towards the bats. I would say that you're not going to hit them with it. It's going to stop within one of these squares, if you can see where I am
That's
gesturing. But it is on the ground. And the
On
guy
solid
to the
ground,
left-
right? It's not like wet food now.
it's a little wet, but some of it's sticking out. It's probably fine.
Okay.
It's probably fine. I mean,
Soggy
who knows if
peanuts.
bats want to eat it anyway. But to the left, that guy to the left is just completely confused now. Just like, what is happening? What?
And
And-
I kind of see him just like,
And so is Aiden.
I'm like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, you share a glance because you are facing each other right now over Meritt.
I just kind of try. I don't know. I
Uh,
get away while you can, buddy.
That's a great intimidate. I don't know what's happening, dude. You should run away. It's pretty true. So after that is Aiden, actually. So you can see this guy.
Okay.
You could get to him if you were to use a jump. Like, you could move close enough and then jump onto him if you wanted to.
Oh, absolutely. I need to smack something.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, I look over to Oren and I'm like, all right, stay over here, Blondie. I'll be right back. And I'm gonna move up and I'm gonna jump on him.
Okay. I'm just gonna look at the distance on it real quick because it was super long. Okay. So you need to be within 15 feet of them to start. That's easy. You can easily.
Oh yeah,
get there.
yeah. That'll work.
I mean, you can just go here, kind of halfway on the rock, and do a jump. All right. So since you haven't attacked someone yet, if you are on the person icon, you can hold Alt and okay, you already did it. Cool.
Yeah. So I got targeted.
Yeah, and then jump is in your sheet.
Yeah.
And once you click that, so what happens is, oh right, freaking jump. Just had to be difficult, didn't it? I didn't want to roll.
2.
I want to change it.
My first jump would be a 2.
Yeah, see, I got that out of the way for you.
I appreciate that.
What a jump is a glaive, and then a roll from there. So if you hit the glaive attack and roll the 2 hit, the jump does the extra damage. It does an extra d6 when you do it. So
okay.
So you hit the roll to hit, and oh, of course it would. But that is perfectly fine because no matter what, like you don't hit with the weapon, but you could still hit with the jump, which is weird. You can just land on him. So he has to do a saving throw versus your dive DC. So you're the first person to use something that has a saving throw, and I wanted to try and figure out the best way to do that, but I think I know. So he just needs to roll a dexterity saving throw to dodge, which he fails horribly.
Yay!
So you land on him, actually 1 square away, and then you hit that other formula on jump, so it's a little bit above, and that'll roll your d6 and do your damage. Ha!
Yeah!
Maximum.
Very strong first attack here.
So what happens is, let me explain it. So Aiden, who was running away, not really running away. I mean, no, he was just leaving because he didn't really. I mean, who needs to fight these guys?
I was getting our dude out. I was like
That's
the bodyguard. I was
That's
like
true.
Denzel Washington.
I mean, he is enamored with you, and he can see you around this corner. So he walks up to the rock, uses it to boost up, and jumps.
That's right.
I don't understand, I don't know if either of your characters have seen this, but jumps 30 feet into the air and then lands on this guy. Okay.
How?
How tall
Yeah.
are the ceilings?
Feeling low?
The ceilings 30 or 35 or?
Oh, no, I said it was 40 something, didn't I?
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, I
just
said it was between 30 and
touch
40.
the ceiling when I jump and then.
Yeah, you boost off the ceiling. Just turn around like an anime. Well,
It's like when you turn around from swimming and you push off the wall.
yeah, exactly.
He
Later
goes up
on,
in the air.
It's like Dragon Ball Z fights. They're just bouncing back and forth between the cliffs. It's like, yeah.
I mean, later on, you can stall for a turn in the air, which is let's not try and figure out how that works. Like an old school dragoon, you know. So
Stick my form in the wall
Helicopter.
like Noctis and just kind of
And
hang
then you
there,
stop.
read a book for a minute.
yeah, exactly. Hey, what's up, guys? So that is the end of your turn. He is very hurt. Very. It looks like a stiff wind would blow him over. Is it his turn? No.
Can I say something to him then?
Absolutely, yes.
Does that finish him off?
You just... I thought you said... I was waiting for you to say something. I was like, okay,
Oh,
he's gonna say...
no.
Wait, what? You know that roll-off button that I added? Beat me.
Yeah.
No, beat me. Beat me and you can.
Yeah.
You can.
Hey!
This is how I deal with those. All right. Johnny Cage.
Ridiculous request. Heck yes.
The rule of cool wins every single time. You just have to beat me. That's fine. Just roll me. That's okay.
So because I'm right there and I see this, I kind of go,
Yeah.
wow.
Respect. Respect on your name.
He goes up in the air, and Meritt's like,
I can't see over this rock.
like, just like when he appears somewhere else, like, can he teleport? Can he just appear in places? I made fun of him way too much.
Is he here right now? Yes, please. Dawn. Yes.
There it is, Dragoon!
Dragoon, and it was not off of anything that would kill you, right? You didn't jump off a stage. You didn't get animation locked. You are the true dragoon right now.
Well, I mean, you didn't actually hit with the
glaive part. Yeah, I mean that's
he
fine.
is gone. Who cares?
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's your small dragoon failure. Much better than like face planting in the floor.
Yeah,
or something.
exactly.
I mean,
And it didn't even matter.
I'd rather faceplant than like talk to bats. That's weird.
Really? Because those bats aren't attacking us right now.
Weird. I mean, it's fine. I would kill them too.
Bloodthirsty.
Here's the-
Bloodthirsty.
The other guy who was spinning in place for a second. No one caught it. It's fine. He was just facing the wrong way. He comes up to here, and he sees this carnage.
As he sees me like blow on his friend and kill him.
Yeah.
I just look at him.
He comes to here and he goes,
That's
Okay.
a good.
and he just drops his weapon.
Yeah.
And puts his hands up because he's not stupid enough to just die for no reason. And that's the end of combat.
We did it! First
You did it.
down!
Nobody got hit, which I thought nobody was going to get hit. It was the bats, but thankfully, you have someone who can
Clever.
Zumie can
Exactly.
talk to bats.
Bats.
I'm just
and they're-
imagining you just literally standing in the middle of all the bats, being like, bats, bats, bats. And the bats were just like
Oh, my
around
bad.
you.
Yeah. So, we will deal with looting this place and the aftermath. I mean, looting this place. Orin still needs to get the poultices, and you're going to have to help him get out of here. But you also have a captive that you need to talk to. So, over the time between the end of this session and the next one, let's just think about things you want to know about what the heck they're doing down here.
Yes, good, yes.
Sounds good.
Um,
Sounds good.
All right.
But yeah, that is that. And yeah, I had a lot more, but it takes a while. So we'll do
Yeah.
it next time.
We were like, maybe like 2 hours-ish. We'll keep it the same
Yeah.
length
I didn't
as
think
our,
we were
as
gonna
our
make it under
podcast.
2.
I was
Uh,
wondering, because usually
always
when I
happens.
do
Yeah.
like a session,
always
it's like 6+
happens.
hours. You
Yeah,
know? And I was
We're
like,
like, we'll try and keep it at this. Goes like double. Like always happens.
Yeah.
Always happens.
So I'll
but that's
take
okay.
us out of initiative.
Yeah.
Well, it's only because there was a lot of bait. I just wanted Meritt to run in there. Oh,
Well,
man.
it's a lot of
So
setup. There's a little
good.
bit of
She's
learning. I mean,
successful.
even
Successful running.
then, the learning didn't take too much
Yeah.
extra time. Like it was.
Well-
it's so straightforward.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to use. There are some inefficiencies that I want to get straightened out, and as I do that, I was planning on kind of writing it down as I do it because I really like Foundry, and if people are having fun watching it, I'm talking to you now. I'm sorry I don't get to talk to you enough. It's like we don't know each other. But yeah, I'd love to hear suggestions or whatever. Fusion does the outro. He'll do it later. He'll tell you where you can tell us that.
Yeah, and I just realized too, like we couldn't even see the other guy on Observer, so it's I got to get used to looking, and he's got to get used to moving, and there's a lot of little things, but
I hope it was entertaining at first.
yeah, great first
Yeah.
session. I mean, like, this is a lot to coordinate. Any other time that I've been on any kind of live play or things like that, there's so much behind the scenes. I think Foundry is honestly super fun. I think you've converted me from Roll20.
I love
mean-
it. Like we spent some time. There was a week where we didn't have an episode, and me and Charles were just like, let's just like play around with this for like a couple hours, and like everything I saw, I was like, this is so good. Like I love it. I played like one small session in Roll20, but everything I've seen for Foundry is like so much cooler. Like it's
Just,
really
like,
neat.
Way more engaging visually too, which I
Right.
really like. And like,
Yeah.
of course, there's so many other things to have to sort
Oh,
of like sort
you
through.
haven't
with.
you ain't seen nothing
but-
yet. There's
I mean-
there's all sorts of cool
I can't
stuff
wait.
in
I mean,
here. Yeah.
Honestly, Aldianaux, you did a great job. I loved like even like the just the screenshots and all of that. I was a little nervous, not gonna lie, picking a dwarf
Yeah.
warrior to play because in the past when I've done things like berserker characters or
Yeah.
like barbarian characters, right?
Mhm.
I'm like, it's fun, but it's never been my favorite. But like the moment that hammer whacked that guy into the wall, I was like, oh, sign me up. I'm in
Yeah.
now. I'm like, this was the right idea. I'm so excited. Yes.
Oh,
I love her. This is amazing. This is gonna be so fun. So.
yes. Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff that happens, like the echo effect. I love the echo effect. I don't know if you have noticed it on your screen.
That was so
yeah,
good.
like it's
As
so
soon as
cool.
as soon as the screen dimmed, I was like, he's doing an echo thing.
It was so good. I can't wait to
Serious,
see what
like,
you do with
oh
that
my
too.
God.
I wasn't expecting the
it.
character like to have that echo memory. I was like, that's awesome.
But yeah, like I said, any suggestion? Hopefully, like I said, everybody had fun.
Yeah,
had lots
we're
of
definitely
fun.
looking at ways for chat interaction. We don't know 100% what those are going to be yet. It could be something like Twitch polls, or maybe we'll code up something fancy. We don't know yet, but if there's stuff you'd like to help to determine or decide, let us know. Yeah, it is a work in progress for sure.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah.
All right,
Low Warriors
that is going to
of,
do it for session 1. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Oh, that's right. My Stream Deck crashed on me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Again.
How do we
I
do-
don't. Is this gonna?
Yeah,
Hold on,
make him
here,
Give me. Let me reboot my Stream Deck for the button, because I need the button to tell it to like manually run our credits, because we had some follows and subs today. I wanna.
Wow, so many. Lots of follows. Thanks, everybody.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks so much. We had so much fun. And if you don't, I mean, we'll mention here in a second again too, but if you haven't listened to the Aetheryte Radio podcast, which we normally do on Saturdays, be sure to come by. This is something new we're doing that I was so excited. The moment it got mentioned and we were like brainstorming it, everybody was so excited. Zen, before we do anything else, can I just ask, did you have fun today?
Yeah, I did.
Zen was like, I never really liked D&D, and then Zen gets into it today and it's like, here's my character, I'm ready.
Listen, I'm not gonna do anything half-assed.
Right, exactly.
Right.
It's got to be whole ass if you're gonna do it.
Whole
right?
ass.
Whole
That's
ass
right.
or nothing.
Yeah, a lot
I'm
of my problem with tabletop is having to put the characters together. I just and Charles held my dumb little hand through the process, and this whole website is making things way easier. So all these simplifications very helpful to me.
Yeah,
Very good.
and we'll get it even simpler, just so it's more flow.
But you know, I do like RP. I'm a role player in MMOs usually.
There we go.
You did.
Huzzah
There
for the
it
cheers. Bill Murray, Xenedra. These are I can't. It's going too fast. I'm sorry. Everybody, thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subs. Yeah, that took a little bit to get to. My Stream Deck is just like frozen. I don't know what happened.
There was too much D&D power.
My computer's been so weird the last couple. Like last week we had this weird pause, freeze in the middle of the thing, because one of my hard drives like actually like died while we were doing this.
I think I can force it to flash again. Yep, I know.
Yep, there it is.
Your
Made it
camera's
flash
going
again.
off now.
Strobe effect.
Yeah,
Strobe
I know what it
effect.
is now. So.
All sorts of fun crap happens, right? So thanks everybody for tuning in. Next week we will be live with Aetheryte Radio proper. We'll be talking about live letter. We have a live letter coming up, so we'll be talking about that stuff coming up with. I think it's the first 3.4 live letter. We'll also probably get some news about Boja's Southern Front coming up here soon, hopefully.
Oh yes.
So that'll be same time, Saturday at noon Pacific. So we hope you'll join us for that. Until then, you can catch us. You can email us. You got to do the normal spiel now. You can email us aetheryte@gamerescape.com. You can tweet at us at Aetheryte Radio. You can catch us on Facebook and Twitter at Gamerescape, and discord.gg/Gamerescape. We have a Final Fantasy channel. We have an Aetheryte Radio channel. Talk to us about the show. Talk to us about First Edition. If there's stuff that you would want to interact with, let us know. And other than that, we will see you next time, everybody. Thanks for hanging out.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.